Today's date is November 10th, 2021, and the time is 10:14 a.m. This will be the remote video deposition of Joe Carson and the matter of Demetrius Phillips versus Trimac Transportation, Inc. et al. Will counsel please identify themselves for the record and state any objection to the witness being sworn remotely?
James Potts here on behalf of Demetrius Phillips.
Mike Rossetti here on behalf of Trimac, no objection.
Matthew Gettinger here on behalf of Great West Casualty Company, no objection.
Matt Sessions here on behalf of Joe Carson, no objection.
Joseph Carson here.
Will the court reporter please swear in the witness?
Okay, I'm going to read us on a paragraph that I have as well. Before we proceed, I will ask counsel to agree on the record that under the current national emergency pursuant to Section 319 of the Public Health Service Act, there is no objection to this deposition officer administering a binding oath to the witness by video conference remotely, one at a time. Please state your name, the party you represent, and your agreement on the record.
James Potts here on behalf of Demetrius Phillips, no objection.
Mike Rossetti on behalf of Trimac, no objection.
Matthew Gettinger on behalf of Great West Casualty Company, no objection.
Matt Sessions on behalf of Joe Carson, no objection.
Mr. Carson, oh, you're good. If you'll please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Carson, would you state and spell your full name, please?
Joseph Patrick Carson.
Would you spell that, please, for the record?
Joseph, Patrick, Patrick, Carson, Carson.
And how are you employed?
I'm employed by Trimac Transportation.
And you're the facility manager and the branch manager?
No, I'm the terminal manager.
Terminal manager?
Yes, sir.
Any other titles?
No, sir.
Has your title been terminal manager since you began your employment with Trimac?
No, I have several title changes over my 8 years with Trimac.
All right. When did you start work with Trimac?
I started work with Trimac in 2013.
And where did you start work with Trimac?
I was the operations manager for Trimac.
Yes, sir. And where was that?
That was here in Fairburn, Georgia.
Yes, sir. And you worked at the Fairburn location the entire time you've worked for Trimac since 2013?
No, sir.
Where have you worked other than Fairburn?
I believe in 2014, I took a position of product line manager, and my office was based out of Seelig Drive in Fulton County. And I worked out of that office from 2014 to mid 2015, to 2016.
All right. So you worked at the Fairburn location in 2013.
Yes.
The Atlanta location from 2014 until sometime in 2016, as best as you can remember.
Yes.
And back to the Fairburn location since that time.
That's correct.
From sometime in 2016 until today, and we're now November 10, 2021.
Yes, sir.
And your title in 2013 was what?
Operations manager.
Yes, sir. And that was operations manager for what operation?
For Trimac Transportation, the truck line.
That was at Fairburn?
Yes, that was in Fairburn, based out of Fairburn.
Any other locations?
No, sir.
Were you the operations manager for locations other than the Fairburn location?
No, sir.
All right. And then from 2014, sometime in 2014 until 2016, when you worked at the Atlanta Trimac location, what was your title?
Product line manager.
And for what product line were you the manager?
For Buck Plus Logistics.
Bulk plus logistics, three words, right?
Yes, 3 words. Yes, sir.
I've seen that referred to in papers as BPL as well. Is that right?
That's correct.
And that's not a separate entity. That's a division of Trimac.
That's correct.
Trimac Inc. Trimac Transportation. And Bulk Plus Logistics handles what?
The transloading of chemicals.
From to and from rail cars?
Yeah, to and from rail cars.
And to and from semi truck tanks?
Yes, that's correct. From rail car to truck and from truck to rail.
Right. And what else does Bulk Plus Logistics or BPL do?
We transload chemicals into tanks. We have a tank farm on site.
Right.
And we also transload product in a warehouse. We have a small warehouse on site.
And by transload, you mean unload from one facility or holding tank and load onto or into another holding tank or facility?
It may not be a tank, but we transload from one container to another. It could be from a tank to a truck, from a truck to a tank, from a truck to a drum, from a truck to a tote, just different containers or tanks.
Right. So you would, by transloading chemicals, you mean loading from one container to another container.
That's correct.
And that would mean offloading from one container?
Yes, that's correct.
And loading onto or into another container?
Yes, sir.
And those containers include rail cars?
Yes.
Semi-truck tanks?
Yes, sir.
Totes?
Yes, sir.
And you would describe the totes, they're roughly what, 4 feet by 4 feet? Is that about right?
I don't know.
Okay. What's your best estimate on the size of the totes?
Maybe, 5 by 4, 5 by 6.
All right. And I apologize, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
And by 4 and 5 by 6, you mean 5 feet by 4 feet and 5 feet by 6 feet.
Yeah, 5 feet high and maybe 5 or 6 feet long.
All right. And also into drums?
Yes.
By drums, you mean steel drums, is that right?
Yeah. Yes, 55-gallon drums.
Yeah. Any other transloading containers that
pails
were involved? I'm sorry, say again?
Yeah, we load pails, like
Pail.
5-gallon pails.
Yes, sir. And that's also, would you agree that that's also referred to as a bucket?
Yes.
And for instance, a 5-gallon pail or bucket may be used to offload what's called the heel, or what's left in a semi-truck tank. Is that right?
I'm not sure about your question.
All right, I'll see if I can do a better job. Before you clean a semi-tank truck, you have to remove the remaining chemical.
I don't clean any type of tanker, so I'm not aware of that process.
All right. So you don't know whether the remaining chemical has to be removed before a semi-truck tank is cleaned?
No, sir.
All right. Now, for Bulk Plus Logistics, Demetrius Phillips unloaded chemicals from rail cars.
Yes, sir.
He unloaded chemicals from semi-truck tanks.
Yes, sir.
He unloaded chemicals from totes.
No, sir.
And he unloaded chemicals from drums or 55-gallon drums.
No, sir.
He loaded chemicals onto rail cars.
Yes, sir.
He loaded chemicals onto semi-truck tanks.
Yes, sir.
He loaded chemicals into totes,
No, sir.
and he loaded chemicals into drums, 55-gallon drums.
No, sir.
All right. Now, you're aware that Demetrius Phillips cleaned the interior of semi-truck tanks.
Yes, sir.
You're aware that Demetrius cleaned the interior of rail cars.
No, sir.
You're aware that Demetrius Phillips cleaned the interiors of totes.
No, sir.
So you testified a moment ago that you weren't involved in the cleaning. Is that right?
That's correct. But I'm aware that he cleaned tank trucks because I know before he was employed or worked for BPL, that's what he previously did.
And he cleaned tank trucks both at the Atlanta Trimac location and the Fairburn Trimac location.
I'm not sure. I know, only thing I know that he cleaned them here at the Fairburn location. I'm not sure about Atlanta.
All right. And to clean those semi-truck tanks, he would go into the truck tanks.
I don't know.
Do you know what a confined space entry permit is?
Yes, sir.
And you've signed a number of those. We'll get into those shortly, right?
I've signed confined space permits. Yes, sir.
And you signed confined space permits for, among others, Demetrius Phillips.
I'm not sure.
You don't recall signing a tank entry permit for Demetrius Phillips to go into a semi-truck tank?
No, sir.
Not one time.
Never.
What's that?
Never that I'm aware of, that I can remember.
What was your role? Just to sign it when he came out?
I've never signed, that I'm aware of, any tank entry forms of Demetrius Phillips getting inside of a tank truck.
What about for Clarence Glenn?
Never for Clarence Glenn.
Your mobile number is 470-955-4818.
Yes, sir.
And that was, you've had that number for how long?
Not sure.
All right. And do you pay that bill or does Trimac?
I pay it.
And who's the carrier?
AT&T.
And you remember calling Clarence Glenn last year in 2020?
No, sir. Well, in 2020, yes, I did.
Yes, sir. And you called him once and asked him whether he would speak to Trimac's lawyers in Demetrius Phillips' case.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
And who asked you to call Clarence Glenn and ask him to speak to Trimac's lawyers?
I don't recall.
Well, I want you to think about that for a minute.
I mean, I don't recall. I mean, I could guess, but I like to be exact when I speak.
Yes, sir. Well, somebody told you to call him, right?
Yes, I got a call from an attorney, but I don't know exactly which attorney called me.
And that attorney told you to call Clarence Glenn to try to get him to talk to the lawyer?
Yeah, just to have a discussion.
All right. And was that lawyer's name Kumar?
I don't know, sir.
Do you remember what law firm that lawyer worked with?
No, sir.
Well, do you recall Clarence Glenn telling you that he was already represented by a lawyer?
I'm not sure.
You don't recall that conversation?
I don't recall. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I just can't remember that conversation.
Did you bring any of those phone records with you here today?
I don't have any phone records.
What documents did you bring with you here today?
I have no documents. I don't have possession of any documents.
Well, it's been 30 days since we took your deposition. You've had plenty of time to bring documents, right?
Object to form.
You may answer.
I don't have any documents available. I just don't have documents.
So after you spoke to Clarence Glenn and asked him to speak to the Trimac lawyers, and he told you no, he was already represented by a lawyer, who did you call and tell?
Object to form.
You may answer.
I don't recall.
Did you call that same lawyer back?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was, yeah.
And that would be in your phone records for September and October 2020, true?
I don't know. I can't answer. I don't know how they track phones, so I can't answer that.
Well, you called him from your mobile phone, right?
And I think I called it from my mobile phone. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, and your mobile phone in 2020 was 470-955-4818, right?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
And did that lawyer tell you that he was going to go ahead and call Clarence Glenn anyway?
Object to form.
You remember that?
No, sir. I don't.
Were you aware that that lawyer called Clarence Glenn in Demetrius Phillips' case after Clarence Glenn already told you he was represented by a lawyer and couldn't speak to Trimac?
No, sir. Was not aware.
You were not aware of that? Did you speak to that same lawyer again after that call when you told that lawyer that Clarence Glenn would not speak with him, that he was represented by a lawyer?
An object to form.
You may answer.
I don't believe so. I don't remember.
Okay. When was the next time that conversation came up?
Never that I can recall.
All right. So we went through your job title up to 2016, true?
Yes, sir.
And that was still at Bulk Plus Logistics
Yes, sir.
as the product line manager.
Yes, sir.
And from 2016 to 2021, what titles did you have at Trimac, Fairburn?
I had branch manager
Yes, sir.
and terminal manager.
All right. And you're currently the terminal manager?
Terminal manager, yes.
And who's the branch manager?
I'm not sure we have that position here in Fairburn.
Does the branch manager answer to the terminal manager or the terminal manager answer to the branch manager?
The only title I'm aware that I have at this branch is terminal manager, and I'm not aware of a branch manager.
Yes, sir.
We don't have a branch manager here in Fairburn.
That wasn't my question, though. Would you read back my question, please, Madam Court Reporter?
Does the branch manager answer to the terminal manager, or does the terminal manager answer to the branch manager?
I don't know.
Okay. Who do you answer to as the terminal manager?
I answer to the director of operations,
And who is that?
Brent Penhale.
Spell that, please.
Brent, Brent, Penhale, Phale.
Phale?
I believe so.
Yes, sir. And who did you answer to as the branch manager?
Brent Penhale.
All right, so whether the terminal manager or the branch manager, your immediate supervisor was Brent Penhale?
Yes, sir.
And there's no N, it's just P-E-H-A-L-E, right?
Yeah, P-E-H-A-L-E. Yes, I believe so. Penhale, yeah.
Do you know what a tier 2 form is?
Yes, I have an idea.
All right. A tier 2 form is required under Section 312 of the Emergency Planning and Community Right to Know Act of 1986, EPCRA. True? You understand my question?
No, sir. Can you repeat it again?
Sure. Would you read it back, please, Madam Court Reporter?
A Tier 2 form is required under Section 312 of the Emergency, I may not have gotten this correct, Planning and Community
Right to Know Act of
Right to Know Act of 1986.
EPCRA.
EPCRA, true? Do you understand? Yes.
I'm not sure, sir.
All right. Well, you've signed tier 2 forms for Trimac, have you not?
I believe so.
Yes, sir. You believe so? Do you not recall whether you've signed those or not?
I believe I did.
Yes, sir.
I believe so. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
Yes, sir. And you're aware that it's a crime to provide false information on a tier 2 form? If you know.
I mean, if I have an idea what a tier 2 form is, but
Yes,
maybe if you had a copy, I just don't know exactly, what you're talking about. I guess that's what I'm having a hard time with.
All right. So you don't, I guess your answer is you don't know whether it's criminal conduct to file a false tier 2 form with the federal government. Is that your answer?
No, sir.
Okay.
My answer is that I'm not 100% clear of what form you're exactly talking about.
Okay. The purpose of a tier 2 form is to provide state, local officials, and the public with specific information on potential hazards. This includes the locations as well as the amount of hazardous chemicals present at your facility during the previous calendar year. Is that your understanding?
Object to the form.
You may answer.
I'm just not 100% sure I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Say tier 2. I probably would need to see it.
Where are you now?
I am at 6800 McLean Road.
Yes, sir. You're at your Trimac office?
Yes.
You're in your Trimac office?
Yes, sir.
And you have a computer there?
Yes, sir.
And that computer's provided by Trimac?
Yes, sir.
And you have access to Trimac documents on that computer?
No, sir. Do I have access? It depends on what documents you're talking about. So if you say Trimac documents, I have access to my documents that I create. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You're the terminal manager there, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're employed by Trimac.
Yes, sir.
And you have access to the Trimac documents you need to run that terminal.
Yes, some documents I do have. Yes.
Well, you're not swearing under oath that you don't have access to the documents required to run the Trimac Fairburn terminal, are you?
Objective form.
You may answer.
I have access to documents that Trimac allows me to have access to. Certain
Yes,
stuff
sir.
I have and certain stuff I don't. So I don't know exactly what documents you're talking about.
Well, there are documents you're required to have access to under federal and state law. True? Because you've got dangerous chemicals there.
Objective form.
You may answer.
I don't know exactly what documents that you're alluding to. So I'm sure I have available certain documents that I have, but I don't know exactly what documents you're referring to.
You have documents regarding what's loaded and offloaded on rail cars. True?
Yes.
You have documents regarding what's loaded and offloaded on truck tanks.
Yes.
You have documents what's loaded and offloaded onto storage tanks there at the tank farm.
Yes.
You have documents regarding what's loaded and offloaded into the totes.
Yes.
You have documents what's loaded and offloaded into 55-gallon drums.
Yes, sir.
And the reason you have those documents is because federal and state law requires that you have those documents.
Objective form.
You may answer.
I'm not sure if that's the reason that Trimac has documents is because of that.
You also have, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Were you
No,
finished?
I just said I'm not. Yeah, I'm finished.
Yes, sir. And you also have documents regarding the cleaning of chemicals there at Trimac Fairburn, including semi-truck tanks and rail cars.
No, sir.
What happened to those documents?
I only handle transloading. I don't have any of that documentation.
Well, you have access to documents you signed.
Trimac has access to documents. I personally don't have documents that you're alluring to.
Sir, that wasn't my question. I'm going to ask it again, or we can have the court reporter read it back. You have access to Trimac documents that you signed.
It depends what documents you're talking about.
Well, or is it your testimony under oath that when you sign a Trimac document, that Trimac destroys that document and you no longer have access to it?
Objective form.
You may answer.
I'm not aware of someone. You said, could you repeat your question?
Could you read it back, please, Madam Court Reporter?
Well, is it your testimony under oath that when you sign a Trimac document, that Trimac destroys that document and that you no longer have access to it?
Is that your testimony?
No, sir. I'm not aware of Trimac destroying any documents that I sign.
Then they would still be accessible on the Trimac system, true?
I don't know where I don't know.
You don't know because you hadn't looked.
Objective form.
Mr. Carson,
Yes, sir.
I'm waiting for an answer.
Could you repeat the question again?
Would you read it back, please, Madam Court Reporter?
You don't know because you haven't looked.
I haven't looked.
All right.
I'm not really clear what have I not looked for. I don't know. I mean, I have only documents that I have in my possession are the only ones that I have. I don't have any Trimac documents.
Well, you've got access to all the transloading documents. You've already testified under oath to that.
The current transloading documents, because we do business every day. So maybe under the current environment that I'm under, I have transloading documents for everything that you identified.
Now, you also generate waste reports,
Yes, sir.
and that's part of your responsibility as well.
Yes, sir.
And one of the waste reports, you've heard of Clean Harbors, right?
Yes, sir.
And Trimac Trucking, 6800 McLaren Road, Fairburn, Georgia, 30213, United States of America. That's you, right?
Yes, that's the address.
You're the terminal manager, right?
Yes,
Yep.
that's the address.
And you get waste reports from Clean Harbors.
Yes, sir. Currently, I do. Yes.
And you have since you've been there.
No, sir.
When was the last time you did not get a waste report from Clean Harbors?
I get a waste report from them whenever I dispose of waste, and I use Clean Harbors, and I just recently used Clean Harbors.
Yes, sir. Show you what's been previously marked. As Exhibit 1 to your deposition. I'm gonna have to take a 5-minute break because the screen sharing option is not working, so I'm gonna have to get that resolved. Mr. Videographer, is there anything that's different that could be causing the screen share to be having an issue?
Under the sharing options, we have selected all participants can share. Let me try.
I've never had this issue, but
Try it one more time. I reselected. Try to share one more time.
All right. There we go. Well, thank you, Ben. I don't
Sure, no
know
problem.
what the issue was, but show you what has been previously marked as Exhibit 1. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
And this is, let's see here. Do you see Clean Harbors over there on the left?
Yes.
And you get waste reports from them because that's where you offload waste. True.
No, I do. Yes, sir.
And you have for many years.
I'm not aware. I can't say what happened in the past.
Well, in 2013 you did, right? That's when you started.
Well, in 2013, that was not my responsibility to sign waste documents, and then I left in 2014, and I didn't come back into 2016.
All right. Well, fortunately, we've got 29 pages, so we're going to go through this. You see Clean Harbors. You recognize that service mark in the top left, right?
I recognize Clean Harbors. Yes, sir.
And you see the GENR waste report. You recognize that as well. You've seen these waste reports before, right?
I've seen them from time to time, depending on what they were for.
Yes, sir. And you see here where it reads generator?
Yes.
A generator means generates the waste, right?
Yes, sir.
And do you see the name of the waste generator? It's Trimac Trucking, right?
Yes.
That's the same Trimac where you work.
Yes, that's what it says. Yes.
Right, and it's even got the address here. Do you see that 6800 McLaren Road, Fairburn,
Yeah.
Georgia, 30213 US, which stands for United States of America? That's the address where you work. Sir?
Yes, that's the address. Yes, sir.
And it's the address where you work since 2015, 16, right?
2016.
Yes, sir. When in 2016?
I believe it was April of 2016.
All right. Then my question to you is, we've requested a number of documents and the court has ordered at least twice that these documents be produced. Why were these documents not produced?
Check the form.
You may answer.
Because I don't have those documents in my possession.
Well, you testified you'd seen them.
I seen them because I recently signed Clean Harbor documents, so I'm aware of Clean Harbors, but I don't have possession of Trimac documents.
You don't. You're saying that's why you didn't bring them to your deposition here today, or why they hadn't been produced in the past 2 years, or both?
I'm not aware of these documents because I stated that I've been running this operation since April 2016.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not aware of any Clean Harbor documents prior to that.
Okay. So I'm going to go here to 2016. Do you see that? This is Exhibit 1, page 4 of 29. Over on the left, see GENR date? That means date generated, does it not?
I'm assuming that's what it means. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And this is again for Trimac Trucking, 6800 McLaren Road, Fairburn, Georgia, 30213. Right?
Yes, sir.
And why wasn't this document provided?
Because I don't have access to documents, and I'm not sure if the dates are on the documents. I don't believe I started until probably April of 2016.
Okay. So let's go here. Do you see this? May 5, we're now on page 5 of 29. Of course, May 2016 comes after April 2016, right?
Yes, sir.
And you see where here, again, this is for the generator, Trimac Trucking, that's you, right?
No, because I was under Buck Plus Logistics in 2016.
Well, Trimac Trucking, that's where you worked.
No, I worked for Buck Plus Logistics Transloading in 2016, April 2016, the transloading division.
Yes, sir. And you were the branch manager at the time?
Yes, sir.
The branch manager for Trimac.
But not over on the branch manager for the transloading, Buck Plus Logistics, which is owned by Trimac.
And you generated waste doing that.
For Buck Plus Logistics, I did, yes.
Yeah, and that waste went to Clean Harbors.
Some of it, I believe, yes.
And you were provided with Clean Harbors waste reports.
At one point, I'm sure we were, yes.
Yeah, just like this one, in Exhibit 1 to your deposition, where it reads Clean Harbors waste report, Trimac Trucking, 6800 McLaren Road, Fairburn, Georgia, 30213.
I've never seen that document that you're providing.
Okay. But you have seen Clean Harbor waste reports.
Yes, I've seen Clean Harbor manifests.
And I want to know why those weren't provided in spite of 2 court orders to provide the documents requested in this case.
An objective form?
You may answer.
Because I don't have a responsibility to produce Trimac documents.
And whose responsibility is that?
Objective form.
You may answer.
I guess it'd be Trimac Transportation. It'd be someone within the group.
Who within the group?
I don't know.
Okay. Any other reason?
No, sir.
If anyone asked you for these documents and said a judge ordered they be produced, would you have provided them?
If I had documents in my possession that were my documents, I would provide them. Yes, I would.
Yes, sir. And that's because you comply with court orders. Is that right?
Yeah, if I had a document that the court asked me for, yeah, I would give it to them.
Right. And that's because that's the law.
Yes, sir.
Check to the form.
It's also because if you violate a court order, there are penalties for that, including contempt and going to jail. True?
Objective form?
You may answer.
I assume. I mean, if you don't follow the rules, that may happen.
There are potential punitive measures, including sanctions, attorney's fees, and for willful violations, you can be jailed. Is that your understanding?
Objective form?
For violating court orders. You may answer.
I don't know.
So here's you were there in March of 2016, right?
Oh, I said April.
Oh, thank you. April 2016. You were there in May of 2016?
I was operating Buck Plus Statistics in May of 2016, not
Yes.
Trimac Transportation.
Right, and you were provided with Clean Harbor's waste reports in May of 2016 when you were there.
For Buck Plus Statistics.
Yes, sir. And also in July of 2017, you would have been there. I'm still on page 5 of 29 of Exhibit 1 to your deposition.
For Buck Plus, yes, sir.
And the same for July of 2016, August 2016.
Yes, for Buck Plus Statistics.
Yes, sir. Same for October and December of 2016.
Yes, for Buck Plus Statistics.
January, February, April, May, June 2017.
Yes, sir.
In other words, for everything, the balance of this document from your arrival in April of 2016 until today in November 10, 2021, that would be true, right?
No, sir, because that's a Trimac Transportation document. That's not a Buck Plus Logistics document.
Right. Well, you're the terminal manager at Trimac Transportation. True.
Form.
You may answer, Mr. Carson.
Yes, I am the terminal manager.
Okay. And you've already testified that you had access to these reports. You've seen these reports since you've been there in April 2016. True.
Object to form.
Sir?
I've seen them if I signed a document and I'm aware of it, I may have. I just can't remember. We're in 2021. And so I'm just not sure.
Did you go to Jason Penley's funeral?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you know who Jason Penley was?
No, sir.
Were you aware that he was employed at Trimac at Fairburn and he died of cancer a month ago?
Object to form.
You may answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what type of cancer did he die from?
I don't know.
You're aware that Demetrius Phillips died of cancer?
I'm aware that he died.
Yes, sir. How did you become aware that he died?
I believe an employee told me. Don't know exactly which one, but an employee told me.
What about Clarence Glenn? You aware that he died as well?
Yes, sir.
Also from complications of chemical exposure.
Object to form.
You may answer.
I don't know why he died.
Anyone else that you've worked with there at Trimac Fairburn that has died since 2018?
Not that I'm aware of.
What about since 2016?
Not that I'm aware of.
Have you ever climbed into one of those truck tanks?
Have I ever climbed in a truck tank? No, sir.
You ever climbed into a rail car?
No, sir.
You ever climbed into a tote?
No, sir.
You're aware that Demetrius Phillips climbed into rail cars?
No, sir.
You're aware that he climbed into semi-truck tanks?
Yes.
You're aware that he climbed into totes?
No, sir.
You're saying no, sir, because you didn't see it happen?
So, a tote only have a 6-inch opening that I'm aware of.
Yeah, tell me where you saw that.
A tote?
I want to know what makes you testify under oath that those totes that Demetrius Phillips and Clarence Glenn climbed in to clean only had a 6-inch opening in them.
I'm objecting to form.
You may answer.
The totes that what I know to be a tote It's the size that I described, and there's a 6-inch opening on the top and a 3/4 inch valve on the bottom. So those are the only totes I'm aware of.
Is it your testimony that no one ever went into any totes at Trimac at Fairburn to clean those?
No, no one's ever went into the type of tote that I described.
Do you still have totes there?
Yes,
Who cleans the totes now?
no one.
What do you do with the totes?
The customers that I received the totes from, I ship them back to the customer.
You're aware that you cleaned totes at Trimac since you've been there?
No, sir.
Okay. So it's your testimony that hadn't happened since you've been at Trimac Fairburn? You may answer.
I only oversee the transloading operation, and I do not oversee the cleaning operation.
Got it. So you wouldn't know. Is that right?
That's correct. I would know.
All right. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 2 to your deposition. First of what is an IDHL level?
I'm not sure.
What is a PEL level?
I'm not sure.
Madam Court Reporter, I'm going to send you these exhibits in chat. In fact, Counsel, I'm sending them to everyone. What's Exhibit 1? This is Exhibit 2. Carson, I'll show you what has been marked as Exhibit 2 to your deposition. These are Tier 2 reports. You familiar with these?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And in fact, this is you where it reads, and we're on page 49 of 144. You see where it reads Joe Carson, emergency contact? That's you, right?
Yes.
And your mobile number is and was 470-955-4818.
Yes.
Your email address, joecarson@bulkplus.com.
Yes, sir.
And that Joe Carson at bulkplus.com, that's an email address provided by Trimac.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And here you are again on that same page, emergency contact, same mobile number, right?
Yes.
Here you again are owner operator. Do you see that?
Yes.
So were you also the owner operator of Trimac South and Trimac and Bulk Plus Logistics?
No, I was not the owner.
You were the operator. Right.
I don't know what really when you say the owner operator, what was the definition of that title? So,
Well, this is your tier 2 report. It's not mine.
right.
Check to the form.
You may answer.
Yeah, I'm just not very clear on when it says owner. I'm not the owner of Trimac and operator. You know, I'm not the operator of the whole facility. So I don't know the context and what they're clarifying.
All right, but this is the tier 2 form that was provided by you on behalf of Trimac. True?
Yes, sir.
And that's you, Joseph Carson, tier 2 information contact, right?
Yes, that's what it is. That's what
And
it
that's,
says.
yes, sir. And that's your mobile number again, 470-955-4818. Is that right?
Yes.
And now I'm going to show you. You're aware that there was benzene at Trimac in Fairburn since you've been there, right?
No, sir.
Is it your testimony under oath that there was no benzene?
I'm not aware of any benzene, but then it says filing year 2010. So I don't even know if this is a good document.
But do you see where it reads 2010 to 2020 Fairburn chemical inventory? We're going to go through 2010 to 2020, with the exception of a couple of years that weren't provided, notwithstanding a court order. Now I've got questions for you about those too. You ready to go?
Your question, sir?
I said, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
In fact, you signed a document that said there was never any benzene in a rail car. You remember signing that document?
No, I don't remember signing that document.
Is it your testimony? I apologize. Were you finished answering?
Yes, sir.
And you understand you're testifying under penalty of perjury today, is that right?
Check the form.
You may answer.
I'm not aware of the document you're talking about.
Yes, sir. That wasn't my question, though. Would you read back my question, please, Madam Court Reporter?
Do you understand you are testifying under the penalty of perjury today? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that lying under oath is a felony?
Yes, sir.
Form.
And you're represented here today by Sessions, Mr. Sessions, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Anyone else represent you here today?
No, sir.
Have you spoken with any other lawyers about your testimony here today?
Yes, sir.
What other lawyers have you spoken with?
Michael?
Mike Rossetti?
Yes,
Who else?
that's it.
Mr. Potts, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Sure.
Can I ask Ben if he could pin Mr. Sessions and Mr. Rossetti? I'm having trouble deciding who is objecting to form.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to have anyone else other than the witness in the final video. But so you'd have to
See,
see if you're switching to gallery.
If I may, I wanted, Mr. Videographer, I want to keep it that way. Madam Court Reporter, if it's all right, if you have an issue, just stop us. I'll tell you, I have zero issue with you saying, wait, I don't know who made that objection. Is that fair? Is that good enough?
I just did a different video, different gallery, and now I have Mr. Sessions and Mr. Rossetti. So I am having trouble telling between the two of you. So yes, if I stop, I apologize in advance.
No, and and gentlemen, do you mind, as a courtesy to the Madam Court Reporter, or to me, that if you're going to make an objection, do you mind sharing your name to eliminate this issue?
Yeah, typically, this is Rossetti. Typically, I don't do that, but I will do that here. So if I forget on occasion, you'll forgive me, but I will try to do that.
Thank
Well,
you.
Thank you. I apologize.
Mr. Sessions?
That's not an issue.
Thank you. So we're now at page 3 of 149. Do you see where that's benzene, diamine, percentage 100%?
I see that on this document, yes.
You see where it reads rail car, is that right?
Yeah, I see what it says on the document.
Yeah, well, and by rail car, that means those rail cars out there at Trimac, right?
Yes, but I'm not aware of us having any benzene.
Well, you answered that question. My question's a little different. Rail car, that's a car that belongs on a rail track, right?
I mean, it says rail car.
Well, that's what a rail car is, right?
Yes, but I'm not sure where it says track. It's got question mark.
But can you understand my question? Let's go back to the top. You see where it says facility information, Trimac Transportation South. Do you read that?
But yeah, it also says filing year 2010.
Yes, sir.
And I wasn't even hired in 2010.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not sure if this document is, I don't know. I'm not familiar with this document.
Yes, sir. And you didn't bring any documents with you today, is that right?
I don't have any Trimac documents. No, sir.
Okay. You saw your name, Joe Carson, is that right?
I mean, yeah, that's what I see on here.
Yeah, and is there any other Joe Carson that worked at Trimac or Bulk Plus Logistics to your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Who else? Well, tell me the other Joe Carson, and where does he work?
My son, Joseph Carson Jr., worked here.
When did he work there?
Let's see. I'm not sure.
Does he have the same mobile telephone number that you do?
No.
Does he have the same email address that you do?
No.
You see where it reads facility information, Trimac Transportation South?
Yes.
Now, these documents were provided by Trimac. Are you suggesting these are false or fraudulent documents that Trimac provided pursuant to a court order?
Rossetti, object to form?
You may answer.
No, sir. I'm just looking at the filing year, and it says 2010.
Yes, sir. And we went through this before, but see where it says 2010 to 2020, Fairburn Chemical Inventory?
I can't see that. I'm sorry. It's something, a green box covering that up.
Let me move it down. Can you see it now?
No, sir.
How about now?
No.
Okay. You see the address, physical address, 6800 McLaren Road, Fairburn, Fulton County, Georgia. That's your address, right? At Trimac?
Yeah, that's Trimac's address. Yes, sir.
Okay. Going up to you see page 42 of 149, same Trimac Transportation South, National Take Services, care of Trimac, 2015 Tier 2, physical address 6800 McLaren Road, Fairburn, Fulton County, Georgia 30213. We're now on page 42 of 149, still of Exhibit 2. Do you see that?
Yes.
And now in 2015, you still weren't at Fairburn, right?
No, sir.
You were in Atlanta?
Yes.
So we'll go to 2016, is that right?
Yes.
Looks like this was actually submitted in March of 2016. Do you see that? You weren't there yet though, right?
That's correct.
So you would be you see this Tier 2 online submission report, January 2016 to December 31, 2016?
Yes, sir.
You were there then, right?
Yes, sir. Doing that year. Yes.
What do you mean during that year?
Yeah, because that's January 1st. I didn't get here until April.
Uh-huh. You see 107 of 149?
Yes, I see the documents on the screen.
Yes, sir. And you see where it reads trimethylbenzene?
Yeah, I see that on this document.
Okay. And you know what a CAS number is?
No, sir.
Do you know what a percentage is?
Yeah, I know what a percentage is.
Okay. You see again on the same page, trimethylbenzene.
Yes, I see what you highlighted.
Yes, sir. Same page again, trimethylbenzene, the record 109 of 149. You see that?
Yes.
Now page 115, do you see that? See where it reads no specific information on the left, chemical description?
Yeah, I see what you highlighted. What's on the screen?
No, aren't you required under a Tier 2 online submission report to include the chemical description?
I mean, if you have that chemical, then that's when you would put it in there.
Well, this is the chemical you have, right? This is your inventory, right?
I'm just not familiar with the document. I understand the Tier 2 online submission, but I'm not sure, like, it just says chemical description. It says state specific information, but it's like no information. It's like it's not listing anything on this page.
How many rail cars are at the 28-acre Fairburn location?
It could be up to 110.
110 rail cars, is that right?
Yes.
Your best estimate. And you see here where it reads, you see that benzene? Now this is page 115, January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2018. You were there at that time, right?
Yeah, I was doing that. Yeah.
You see where it reads benzene? All caps, BENZENE?
But it's also to the left. It says no chemical, so it might be just an error on this document. It could be a mistake.
You see where the CAS number? You know what a CAS number is?
Check the form.
No, sir.
You see the percentage, right? 15.
Yeah, I see the percentage.
And it's still your testimony under oath that there was no benzene.
No, because on the left of the document, it don't state any rail car, I guess, any material. So it looked like that might be an error. Something got cut and pasted. I don't know. Can't really explain.
Cut and pasted. Who would cut and paste this?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, I'm curious about what you just said. What's your understanding about Trimac cutting and pasting documents that are provided in discovery in legal cases?
Check the
None.
form.
Let me answer.
None. I'm just saying that. I mean, when this report, maybe when the report was getting updated, I don't know. I'm not sure if it was a generic report that you got offline. But what I did see on the document, there's nothing listed all the way to the left. Yeah,
But to the right,
description.
where it reads mixture components, it includes benzene, does it not?
But then there's also no inventory.
First, I want an answer to my question, Mr. Carson. Then you can talk as long as you like.
No, sir. I see where you said the percentage. What's your question?
Read back my question, please, Madam Court Reporter.
First, I want an answer to my question, and then you can talk all you like.
Could you read back the previous question, please, Madam Court Reporter?
To the right, where it says mixture components includes benzene, does it not?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, you don't see those two words, mixture components? You see those, right?
I see what's on this document, but I don't know.
Well, you know that you were there from January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2018, and you completed their tier 2 reports.
Check the form.
You may answer.
Yes, sir.
And it reads mixture components, benzene, does it not?
I'm not sure what I'm looking at exactly, sir.
But would you read back my question, please, Madam Court Reporter?
And it reads mixture components, benzene, does it not?
I don't see where it says mixture components.
All right, let me.
Okay, I see it now. Okay. Yeah, it says mixture component. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And under the mixture components column, if you go down to the third line, it reads name benzene. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
All caps, right?
Yes.
And it goes on to provide a CAS number, and you don't know what CAS numbers are. Is that right?
Yeah.
And it reads percentage 15. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Then that indicates to you that the mixture components contain benzene, 15%. Does it not?
I don't know.
You don't know what a tier 2 online submission report is?
I just don't. I don't know. I just don't know.
Does latex contain benzene?
I don't know.
Do you remember signing a letter that said the only thing that was ever in those rail cars was latex?
Yes.
Okay. And is that still your testimony under oath here today?
And what was the question again?
Read it back, please, Madam Court Reporter. Take your time, Mr. Carson.
Your last question, is that still your testimony under oath here today? Did you want the question before that?
No, ma'am, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually wanted the question before that. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's fine, Madam Court Reporter.
The question before that was, do you remember signing a letter that said the only thing that was ever in those rail cars was latex?
No, sir, I don't. I know I said yes, but no, sir, I don't. Signing a letter saying that specific to that.
All right. And you agree that there were a number of chemicals contained in those rail cars at Trimac that contain chemicals other than latex?
That's correct.
And they would include toxic chemicals, hazardous chemicals. True?
I'm not sure toxic. No, I know hazardous chemicals, yes, but not toxic.
And what's the difference in hazardous and toxic?
Toxic, my understanding is / poison, and is classified as a poison.
Okay. And by hazardous, you would agree that depending on your interaction with a hazardous chemical, it can lead to injury and death, depending on the chemical. True?
Yes.
You agree that benzene is a hazardous chemical?
I don't know.
And you agree that you signed hazard evaluation reports and hot work permits, tank entry permits for rail cars. True?
Yes.
And that was to permit somebody to go in a rail car
Yes.
where hazardous chemicals had been.
No, sir.
Well, you signed, we'll get to them, hazardous evaluation reports and hot work permits for Demetrius Phillips to go into a rail car. True?
No, sir.
And you signed hazardous evaluation reports and hot work permits for Clarence Glenn to go into a rail car. True?
No, sir. The rail cars that I signed, the hazardous permits that I signed was for non-hazardous rail cars. And you're saying they were hazardous and it was non-hazardous.
So you're saying you signed documents permitting Demetrius Phillips, Clarence Glenn, and others to go into rail cars there at Trimac and Fairburn. But
that's not correct.
Let me, okay. You signed tank entry permits for Demetrius Phillips to go into rail cars.
No, sir.
You signed tank entry permits for Clarence Glenn to go into rail cars.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it's your testimony that if you signed a tank entry permit, and what do you call it? A tank entry permit if it's a rail car?
Yeah, tank entry. Yes.
Okay. If you signed a tank entry permit, it was only to go into a rail car that had non-hazardous chemicals.
That's correct.
And that would be latex, is that right?
That's correct.
And I haven't seen an SDS or an MSDS. You know what an SDS is?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Safety data sheet.
Yes, sir. What is an MSDS?
Material safety data sheet.
Yes, sir. And I haven't seen any safety data sheets or material safety data sheets. I think it used to be an MSDS. Now it's an SDS, right?
Yes, sir.
I haven't seen any for latex. Have you ever seen one for latex?
Have I ever seen one? I'm sure I have, yes, over the years.
How were those provided to us in discovery?
Check the form.
You may answer.
I don't know.
Okay. You see further down on that same page, again, chemical name benzene, all caps. You see that BENZENE?
Yes, I see what you highlighted.
And that has a different CAS number. See where before it was 95636 and now it's 108678. You see that?
I see what you highlighted. Yes.
And you don't know what cast numbers are, is that right?
No.
Okay. And beneath that, still on that same page, propylbenzene, we got another cast number, 103651, is that right?
I see what you highlighted. Yes.
And it's your testimony that everywhere on page 115 where it reads benzene, that's an error or mistake. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, onto the next page, 116, do you see that? There's no chemical description. And it reads xylene 1,2,3-trimethylbenzene contains combustible CAS number 526738. That's also an error. Is that right?
I see what you highlighted. Yes.
Yes, sir. And that's another mistake in the documents provided to us by Trimac.
Yes, because we never handled any of that xylene or anything like that.
And now you were there from January 1, 2019 to December 31, 2019, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm on page 133 of a Tier 2 online submission report. Reporting period January 1, 2019 to December 31, 2019. That's you, right? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just reading and looking at the document.
Okay.
I'm on the chemical description. I don't see anything on the chemical description.
Uh-huh. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready. Go ahead, sir.
It's all right. We're on page 133 of 149 of Exhibit 2 to your deposition. Right?
Yes, sir.
And this is a Tier 2 online submission report. Reporting period January 1, 2019 to December 31, 2019. True?
That's what it say.
And you were there at the time, right?
Yes.
This would have been your responsibility.
Yes.
And it reads here, state-specific information, no state-specific information, physical hazards. None of those boxes are checked. Is that right?
That's correct.
You see where it reads health hazards?
Yes.
And 3 of those boxes are checked. Respiratory or skin sensitization, aspiration hazard, and carcinogenicity. You see that?
Yes, sir.
You know what carcinogenicity is?
No, sir.
That means it causes cancer. Were you aware of that before today?
No, sir.
Okay. Who helped you complete the Tier 2 online submission reports?
Check the form.
You may answer.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You see where it reads mixture components?
Yeah, I see that.
It's that same column, just like we were looking at before on pages 115, 116, et cetera, right? And under mixture components, you see the 4th line down there. You read that out loud, that word in all caps.
The 4th line where it says chemical.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, chemical.
And the chemical name is what?
It says benzene.
Yes, sir. And there's a CAS number below it. You see that?
Yes.
95636. You have no idea what that is, right?
No.
And who helps you complete the online submission reports?
Check the form.
You may answer.
I'm not sure.
You have no idea?
I have an idea, but I don't know for sure.
Well, tell me who you think it is.
It could have been a lady that worked for us. I had an admin that worked for me. Her name was Alexis Antoine, and I believe she worked for me at the time, who helped me submit this.
And that's Alexis, Antoine.
Yes.
Where is she now?
Not sure, but she no longer works for Trimac.
You have an employment file for her, right?
I don't know, sir.
Trimac doesn't have one?
I'm sure Trimac has an employment file, but I don't have one.
You don't have access to employees' files that answer to you?
No, sir. Everything is handled out of corporate.
And who would have access to those?
I'm sure my bosses.
Who's your boss?
Brent Penhill.
Okay. So Alexis, Alexis, Antoine, Antone, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And where did she live when she worked with you at Trimac?
Where does she live?
Yes, sir.
She lived in Douglasville.
All right. What's her age?
I don't know.
And whether she was married?
I don't know.
How long she worked with you?
About 2 years. I think 2 years.
From when to when?
That I don't know. I'm thinking 2019 and maybe 2018, 2019.
So who helped you from 2016 to 2018?
Okay, hold on. So that's why I'm not really sure. So I'm thinking she left 2017. So I think Alexis came in right around 2017 and maybe to 2019.
Okay. And who helped you after Alexis?
No one.
Anyone helping you now?
No.
Who helped you before Alexis?
Before Alexis, it was Shakita Taylor.
You spell that?
Shekita.
Where did she live?
I don't know where she went, but I know she resigned in probably 2017, late 2016, 2017, maybe.
Mm-hmm. So this benzene, there's a percentage too, 20%. Do you see that?
Yes.
You don't have any idea where that came from?
No.
And you signed these reports, right?
I mean, I would like to see my signature. I mean,
yeah, that's right. Well, you submitted it electronically, right?
I've submitted them. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you signed it electronically?
Yes.
Now it goes on to read xylene. Do you know what xylene is?
I know it's a hazardous chemical.
Yes, sir. You agree benzene's a hazardous chemical also?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've handled xylene in my career, so that's why I know xylene.
So you said you handled xylene?
Yes.
When did you handle it?
Back when I worked for CSX, Transload.
Where'd you work for CSX?
All over Florida.
And you handled xylene for CSX?
Yes.
How did you handle xylene?
Well, I was the manager. I didn't personally handle it, but it was a chemical that was transloaded.
Yes, sir. And did your colleagues and employees who did handle it, did they have PPE, personal protective equipment?
Yes.
What PPE did they have?
From what I can recall, steel toe boots, gloves, liquid goggles, hard hat.
Yes, sir. Any chemical protective suit?
No. Not for that, no.
And did your employees at Trimac, including Demetrius Phillips, have personal protective equipment?
Yes, sir.
And what personal protective equipment did they have?
Hard hat, steel toe boots, liquid goggles, safety glasses, liquid gloves.
Any chemical protective suits?
Yeah, chemical suits are only the required chemicals.
Well, what are the required chemicals for chemical suits?
Phosphoric acid, caustic.
What else?
And a product called DETA.
What?
It's called DETA.
Oh, DETA.
Yeah, DETA.
Okay. What else?
That's it.
All right. And so folks at Trimac had the personal protective equipment only when they handled phosphoric acid, caustic, and DETA. Is that right?
No, they were personal protective equipment no matter what they handled.
So it was the chemical suits were only required for phosphoric acid, caustic, and DETA.
Yes.
And where do you get the personal protective equipment?
From the safety supply room.
Yes, sir. Well, to get it in the safety supply room, you have to buy it, right?
Yes, it's bought through corporate.
Through corporate in Atlanta?
Yeah, some of it we buy through corporate. It all depends on what it is, but it's normally ordered online.
Uh-huh. And when you buy it, you get a receipt for it?
Trimac has a receipt for it, I'm sure.
Why weren't those receipts provided to us in discovery?
Objective form.
You may answer.
Because it's I'm not sure. Trimac document.
Well, because it's a Trimac document, it wasn't provided to us in discovery?
I don't know. I don't know what receipts you're talking about.
Receipts for personal protective equipment, including, as you testified, goggles, glasses, hard hats, boots, chemical suits, personal protective equipment.
I'm not sure who housed the receipts. I don't know.
Yes, sir. And my question was a little different. Why weren't they provided to us in discovery?
Objective form.
I don't know.
Are those destroyed periodically?
Objective form.
I don't know.
We see further down on that same page, 133, see where it reads xylene, 123, trimethyl benzene again, contains combustible liquid, CAS number 526738, percentage 4.9. You see that?
Yes.
That's again benzene, right?
I don't know.
Well, according to this document, it's benzene, and according to this document, it's for the reporting period January 1, 2019 to December 31, 2019 for the Trimac Fairburn location where you worked, right?
Yes, I just don't know if that document is filled out correctly.
Well, you would have been the one filling it out, right?
I had an assistant, and I'm not sure exactly what section she may have filled out or I filled out, but we worked together as a team to complete it.
Right. Well, I want to make sure I get this straight. The terminal manager is you, not her. Is that right?
That's correct.
So the person responsible for filing this with the government would be you, not her. Is that right?
That's correct.
Page 135, same reporting period, mixture components. Here we have again, trimethylbenzene, CS number 95636, percentage 10. You see that?
Yes.
Which would also indicate that there was benzene present and from January 1 to 2019 to December 31, 2019, when you were at Trimac Fairburn. True?
Object to form.
You may answer.
No, sir, because all the way to the left, if you scroll the document over, it's saying no product is there. It says it's blank.
Well, this is a continuation from the previous page, is it not?
Yes, and it's all blank.
No, that looks blank to you? You've got this,
Okay.
Mr. Videographer, don't you? Mr. Videographer?
Yes, this was
We
being
got
captured.
this. Okay. Thank you.
So no, that's not blank right there. It actually has product under it right there.
Right. You see what it says? Go ahead.
Yeah, it says high tech 65016.
Right. And that's a chemical that was present in the rail cars and truck tanks at Trimac in 2019. True?
That's correct. Yes.
And it reads that it's a mixture, right?
Yes.
And it's liquid.
Yes, that's correct.
And it includes benzene.
That's what it states.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't know. Does it include benzene on that one?
Well, you tell.
Because
you
it
said
looks
this
like
is-
what I'm trying to say is when you scroll up and under mixture components, it don't say benzene under the product that we're discussing.
Well, you see where it continues on to, that's page 14, and that goes to page 15, right?
I'm not. If you scroll back up,
Sure.
my understanding on the mixture components,
Yeah.
everything in that box where it says 65016, that's for that product is included under mixture in that same square. So chemical name, you can start from there. No, you're scrolling up, scroll down.
Okay.
So, right there.
Right.
So in that box is for that chemical. The other boxes you're saying are blank.
You don't think that goes from page 14 to 15?
No, I think something else should have been to the left.
What should have been to the left?
I mean, another product. If it was another
Here's-
product,
You see this on page 136. Now we got another
Right.
product starting,
that's
right?
another product, right?
So doesn't it make sense that these forms run from product to product, and that horizontal line is when it stops and starts? You see that?
Not necessarily.
Okay. So what's your testimony under oath, Mr. Carson?
My testimony is where there's
Form. Let Mr. Carson.
Answer.
Object to form.
Go ahead.
should I answer?
Yes.
Testimony is as chemical description, and whatever it's put in the mixed component is what it is. What at least that's what it's stating on the document.
Right. Again, on page 135, methylbenzene, CS 108678. Your testimony is, notwithstanding what's on that document, there was no benzene at Trimac Transportation in 2019. True? Under oath.
There was no benzene.
Still for the reporting period January to December 2019, you see on the left chemical description, high-tech 6590, solid gas. Do you see that? Is that a yes? I know we all do that, but it's very difficult for the court reporter to take down. So I'll remind you along the way. Is that a yes?
It's not a solid no, but that's what it's saying.
My question was when you said, that was an affirmative or yes answer. Is
No.
that right?
No.
Okay, that was a no.
That was a no.
Okay. No to what?
Solid. You got highlighted solid.
Well, it's the box is after the word, so it's that X is for mixture. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess. Okay. You just have it highlighted in yellow.
Yeah. Okay. And so what's checked here is mixture and liquid. Is that right?
That's correct.
And under physical hazards, it's the box that's checked is flammable. Is that right?
Yes.
And under health hazards, the skin corrosion or irritation is checked. Right?
Yes.
Serious eye damage or eye irritation is checked.
Yes.
Carcinogenicity is checked.
Yes.
Which indicates it causes cancer.
Objective form.
You may answer.
I don't know.
Well, this is your tier 2 report to the government for Trimac in 2019, is it not?
Objective form.
Yes.
And it's got your electronic signature on it when you file it with the government, right?
Yes.
And the box is checked carcinogenicity or cancer causing, right?
It's checked. Yes. Carcinogenicity. That's
Okay.
what it's checked.
Carcinogenic, right?
That's what it says.
And it goes on to read specific target organ toxicity, single or repeated exposure. That means that this chemical is also toxic to specific organs in the human body, does it not?
Yes.
And that box is checked as well.
Yes.
And aspiration hazard, that box is also checked.
Yes.
By aspiration, we're talking about breathing, inhalation, right? Aspirate, no, vomitus. Hang on, let me look up aspiration. It could mean either. Draw in or out using a sucking motion, including air, right?
I guess I'm not sure. I don't know. What you're looking at?
Definition. Aspiration hazard in this case would mean if you suck it in or inhale it. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. And then under mixture components, we've again got trimethylbenzene, CAS number 95636, percentage 30. Is that right?
That's what it says. Yeah.
Then it goes on to read 135 trimethylbenzene, CAS 108678, percentage 9.9. Then propylbenzene, CAS 103651, percentage 9%. Is that right?
Yes.
Then on to page 140. He's got no chemical description, no state-specific information. Mixture components, benzene, CAS 95636, percentage 15. Health hazards, carcinogenic. Do you see that?
I see what's in front of me. Yes.
And that's on page 140 of Exhibit 2 to your deposition. Is that right?
Yeah, which I believe is incorrect. There's no product to the left.
Okay. And in your view, that means that
There's no chemical.
no benzene present?
Yeah. There was no chemical. The document is incorrect.
Okay. This is the document you filed with the government is incorrect. Is that right?
Yeah, it looks like it was an oversight.
Yeah. Have you let the government know that there are oversights in these documents that you filed from 2016 to, well, will continue to 2020?
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yes, sir. Have you filed an amended Tier 2 submission report?
I have not.
Have you ever filed a Tier 2 submission report amendment?
Not that I'm aware of.
Has Trimac ever amended a Tier 2 submission report to your knowledge?
I don't know.
Were you aware that Trimac was fined $225,000? You were there for that 2 years ago, right?
Yes.
And you actually participated in that, right?
Objective form.
You may answer.
Not sure what you mean by that.
Well, you were involved in that process.
Objective form.
You may answer.
No, sir, I was not.
Do you remember when the inspectors came on site?
Yes.
And
That's
you were
why-
present? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean by involved. I mean, yeah, I was aware of it. Yes.
You were present.
Yeah, I was present. Yes.
Right. And you also reviewed with your colleagues the sanction, $225,000 sanction. Is that right? The fine.
No, that's what I was not part of. The fines and the dollar was not included.
You were aware that Trimac was fined.
Yeah, I was aware we was fined. Yes.
You're aware that it was $225,000.
No.
Sir?
No, I was not aware of the exact dollar amount. No.
That you were aware that it was over $200,000.
I don't know.
Are you telling me today is the first time you learned that the fine was $225,000?
I don't know. No one's ever showed me where we paid any type of fine, but I know we was fined.
All right. So back to page 140, it reads here in all caps, benzene, CAS 95636, percentage 15, right?
That's what it says on this document. Yes.
That would indicate that the mixture contains 15% benzene.
If there was to the left, if there was a product listed, then the answer would be yes.
All right. But since there is no product listed, this is all just a mistake.
It's oversight, yeah. But it actually states there no state specific information. So it's, it looks like that the document wasn't completed correctly.
Well, I mean, we'll look at it. I see in here though that this information is classified and it's not shared. Do you remember why you would include that in these documents?
Objective form.
You may answer.
No, sir.
Are there any of these chemicals that are so top secret you can't share with the government what's in them?
No, sir.
That wouldn't be safe for your employees, would it?
No, sir.
Wouldn't be fair to people like Demetrius Phillips, right? Would it?
Objective form.
You may answer.
No, sir.
Wouldn't be fair to people like Jason Penley, would it?
Object to form.
You may answer.
I don't know Jason Penley.
Wouldn't be fair to people like Clarence Glenn.
Object to form.
No, sir.
Okay. That's because you'd be subjecting men like us to dangerous chemicals without proper protective equipment and without their knowledge, without them being able to decide, I'm not climbing in that thing because it's dangerous, right?
Object to form.
You may answer.
Yes. I mean, we tell employees to wear PPE. They wear PPE. Yes,
Right.
sir.
And there's also a box you check on the tank entry permit that reads non-hazardous next to it, right?
Yes.
And if you check a non-hazardous box for a truck tank or a rail car that can blast contain hazardous chemicals, and it actually did contain a hazardous chemical, that's being untruthful to that employee, right?
Object to form.
You may answer.
We don't do that.
Your testimony under oath is that doesn't happen.
No, that doesn't happen.
You agree MDI is a hazardous chemical, right?
Yes.
You agree TDI is a hazardous chemical, right?
Yes.
So if a truck tank last contained MDI and you check the box non-hazardous, that would be inaccurate, right?
Object to form.
You may answer.
Yeah, it would be an oversight if it was if that was checked. Yes.
Right, and if it's done dozens of times, that's more than an oversight, right?
Object to form.
You may answer.
I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know.
And if that form is handed to a Trimac employee before he climbs into that truck tank or that rail car, and it reads non-hazardous and it last contains something like MDI or TDI, that would be misleading to that employee, would it not?
Object to form.
You may answer.
First of all, I don't do any tank entries for any employees, so I can't answer any of the questions that you're asking.
Well, that's not the question I ask. I'd like an answer to my question. If you read back my question, please, Madam Board Reporter.
What was the question?
He's going to read it back.
Working on it. Hold
Thank
on.
you.
The second word is not correct. I know that right away, but I have the paperwork handed to the Trimac employee before he climbs into that tank truck or the rail car, and it reads non-hazardous, but at last contains
MDI or TDI?
I or TDI. That would be misleading to the employee, would it not?
Yeah, object to form.
You may answer.
I'm not sure.
You don't know?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you agree MDI is hazardous, right?
Yep. Yes, MDI is.
You agree TDI is hazardous, right?
And I misspoke before. I don't know TDI. I've never handled that product, so I don't know.
You know what toluene is?
What is it called?
Toluene disocyanate?
No.
Okay. Have you ever heard of toluene?
No.
Have you ever heard of disocyanate?
I heard of isocyanate.
Okay. Do you know that the DI and MDI stands for diisocyanate? Disocyanate?
No, I'm not aware of that. I know my understanding MDI was an isocyanate. That's what I do know.
Right. And what's your understanding about the D? Is that It's methylene or methyl diisocyanate. Is that right?
I have no clue. I don't know.
Okay. And if I said that, well, let me just pull it up. Take me a second. It's methylene diphenyl disocyanate. Is that right? Does that sound right to you?
I don't know. I don't know what's.
I don't want to interrupt you. Were you finished?
Yes.
Madam Court Reporter, that's METHYLENE disocyanate, DIISOCYANATE. Methylene diphenyl disocyanate. So if someone told you to climb into a truck, tank, or a rail car that last contained methylene disocyanate and told you not to worry, it was non-hazardous, you would know better, right?
I wouldn't climb in a tank.
Yes, sir. Well, for one reason, as you know, MDR, methylene disocyanate, is hazardous, right?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with. What I do know is I know that MDI and I actually haven't handled it here, but the MDI that I'm aware of in my previous career was called an isocyanate.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's my understanding as well. And that's hazardous, right?
Yes.
And if somebody told you that was not hazardous, they would be mistaken.
That's correct.
Okay. And if someone told you to climb into a rail car or a truck tank that last contained isocyanate and told you it was non-hazardous, you would know that what they were telling you was not accurate, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Back to page 140, see where it reads benzene, CAS 108678, percentage 5. That also indicates benzene, is that right?
Yeah, I see where it says benzene. Is anything to the left of that?
It's the same document.
Okay.
Your testimony is, if it were accurate, that's what it means, but in your view, it's not accurate because it reads
It's blank to the left.
no state-specific information on the left.
Yes.
Now, page 146. Did you see that CAS trade secret right here?
Yes.
And what is CAS trade secret?
I don't know.
See where it reads thermal heat transfer fluid,
Yes.
and it reads respiratory or skin sensitization, aspiration hazard. Right here.
Yes.
You see where it reads benzene. CAS is blank, percentage 20, is that right?
Right.
That indicates to you it's 20% benzene, does it not?
I mean, that's what it states in this document. That's what it looks like.
Yes, sir. This is a document that you submitted to the government, right? A Trimac.
Yes.
And on to page 147. Again, polyethyl benzene, CAS 275-36896, percentage 5. Do you see that?
Yes.
Which is the same thing, indicates benzene. Is that right?
But it's blank all the way to the left.
Well, but it's a continuation from the previous page is 26. This page is, yes, 27. That's a continuation from the previous page, is it not?
No, I think it's not. I think
Okay.
there's no chemical to the left.
Okay. And what do you have any document, book, manual on the forms or anything that suggests that to you?
No.
Okay. And this, you haven't amended this form, right?
Not that I'm aware.
Well, you haven't done it, have you?
I have not, no.
I believe you already testified under oath. You've never filed an amended Tier 2 form. Is that right?
I said I'm not aware of. I know that I haven't.
Right. Nor are you aware of an amended Tier 2 form having been completed by Trimac, right?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, are you aware of any?
I mean, there's people that handles Tier 2 reporting for Trimac.
Right, that's not my question, sir. Would you read back my question, please, Madam Court Reporter?
Your last question was, are you aware of any? But the question before that was, nor are you aware of an amended Tier 2 form having been completed by Trimac, right?
No, I'm not aware.
Right.
If one's been completed or not.
So we're on page 147. See where it reads used oil on the left? Yeah, I mean, can you see that?
Yeah, I see that.
All right, and it's again a mixture and a liquid. Is that right?
Yes.
And this is, we've got health hazards, including it's carcinogenic.
That's what it says.
All right, well, then you agree with that, right?
Do I agree with it? I'm not sure.
What's the form you submitted to the government, though, right?
Yes.
And you haven't amended it, right?
Not that I'm aware.
Then below, got polyethyl benzene, and it's your testimony that because there's nothing to the left, that too is inaccurate. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Immediately beneath that, we've got used oil again. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That also reads carcinogenic.
That's what it says.
Yeah. So 20 after 12, we can take a break for lunch now for an hour and be back at 1:20.
We are now off the record at 12:19 p.m. The time is 1:21 p.m. We are back on the video record.
Mr. Carson, I'll show you what have been marked as exhibits 3, 4, 5, and 6 to your deposition. I'm going to open up This is page 9 of Exhibit 5. And this is a tank entry permit, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And this one happens to be number 347869. Is that right? Right here,
Yes.
upper right corner. And these are numbered sequentially.
I guess.
And if I look at the bottom of this, this is dated 3/24/2017. There's a signature reviewed by the supervisor. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And wherever that signature appears on these tank entry permits, that would be your signature.
That's correct.
And you signed off on this document. It reads reviewed by the supervisor. Is that right?
Yes.
And you recognize this name immediately above yours to the right, Demetrius Phillips?
Yes.
And this is a tank entry permit dated March 2017. And do you see that unit number next to it?
Yes.
And can you read that?
UTLX 640326.
And what does UTLX stand for?
Just the initials on a rail car.
Yes, sir. You can tell that based on this unit number that that's a rail car, right?
Yes.
And that was around 1:40 that afternoon, branch 866. What does that mean?
That's our terminal location for BPL.
Yes, sir. And reason for entering tank, that's cleaning.
Yes.
And it reads under 2 here, flushed.
Yes.
And under 3, tester has verified the, what is that, meter is calibrated and is properly functioning per manufacturer's recommendations.
Yes.
And how is the meter calibrated?
There was a device, I believe, that that calibrated the units to make sure that they were working properly.
What was that device?
I don't know. I just know that where they retrieved the units at, there was a tester to make sure it was functioning and calibrated properly.
Yes, sir. And who makes that device?
I don't know.
Trimac doesn't make them, right?
No.
Trimac would have to purchase them.
Yes. Yeah.
And they would have an invoice and a receipt for those purchases.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you buy something, you'd get a receipt for it when you paid for it, right?
I don't know. They could have leased them. I have no clue. You know, I think a lot of stuff, these units are leased, and they maintained by the vendor.
Uh-huh. And then you'd have a lease agreement.
I don't know. I have no clue, you know, what company they were dealing with, but
All right.
I know that the device was maintained by that vendor.
And you have, you wouldn't have any role in us being provided with those documents, right?
No, sir.
So to the extent that we weren't provided with those documents, you have no idea why. Is that right?
I don't know as far as agreement. I have no recollection of documents or agreements. All I know is that we had a device to test the tanks out.
Yes, sir. And the device, the tester right now, I'm going to ask you some questions about it. Who's the manufacturer of the tester?
I don't know.
Okay. What color was the tester?
Yellow.
How big was the tester?
About the size of my hand, or the size of a hand, I have to say.
So you're not talking about, I'm talking about calibrating the tester. What device was used to calibrate the tester?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so you were talking about the tester to
I was talking about the
oxygen level
yes.
going in. Okay, so let me do a better job of my question. Right there under 3, the tester has verified the meter is calibrated. I want to know first about the device used to calibrate the tester. What did that look like?
I don't know. It's
Okay.
been a number of years.
And who's the manufacturer of the device used to calibrate the tester?
I don't know.
Where does Trimac get the device used to calibrate the tester?
I don't know.
Okay. And you don't know whether that's leased or purchased?
No.
How that works?
No, sir.
You said it's been a number of years. Do they no longer calibrate the tester before climbing into a truck tank or a rail car?
We don't do that practice. We don't any longer as far as flushing or cleaning rail cars, and I have no clue how the truck line handles that.
Okay, so when did you stop? Men stopped going in rail cars.
Probably right around 2018.
And why did they stop going in rail cars in 2018?
The customers decided to clean their own rail cars, and pretty much notified me that they no longer needed our services.
Okay. Any reason other than that?
No, sir.
All right. So then, if the tester is calibrated, do you know how long it takes to calibrate the tester?
No, I do not know.
Do you know how to calibrate the tester?
No.
Do you know whether it's battery operated or powered by electricity or anything like that?
No, I don't know.
All right. And now the tester, that's the yellow device you were talking about to test the air before you go into a truck tank or a rail car?
Yes.
And in this case, it's a rail car?
That's correct.
And in this case, Demetrius Phillips was one of the people going in the rail car, right?
No, sir.
Okay. What makes you say that?
Because Clarence Glenn was the guy going inside the rail cars, and Demetrius Phillips was the guy standing on top of the rail car as a safety function, just in case something happened or Glenn had some type of issue. Then Demetrius was the guy to notify by radio and start some type of procedure to get him out the rail car.
Mm-hmm. And they would alternate who went in the car and who waited outside the car, right? The rail car.
No.
You're saying there was always Clarence Glenn and never Demetrius Phillips?
I can't say from my recollection, I would say Clarence Glenn is the only one entered the rail car. But I'm not going to say there may not have been one time that didn't happen. But to my knowledge, just only Clarence Glenn.
All right. And what I'd like for you to do is point to me any documents that suggest that it was only Clarence and not Demetrius going in the rail car.
The way the signature are, generally the person that's going inside the rail car is the signatures at the beginning of the document where you see Clarence Glenn at the beginning on number 4.
Right.
And then that's why Demetrius is second, because he's standing on top of the rail car.
All right. And tell me what document, what policy procedure, where I would find that.
It's the document that we're looking at. It's the way it's set up.
Yeah, so well, show me on this document we're looking at where it says the person on the left is the only one that went in the truck tank and the person on the right stayed outside the truck tank.
It don't say that on this document, but on number 4, where you see Clarence Glenn, and that's why his signature is at the beginning, and Demetrius is next to his.
Yes, sir. And show me where on here it suggests that because Demetrius signature is to the right, that means he didn't go in the rail car.
And then I don't know. I can't answer that question where it states that on this document. But also, if you look down to the bottom,
Yeah.
you'll see the same thing where you have Clarence Glenn, and then you have Demetrius, as it says. I can't really read it underneath it.
Here, I can make that bigger for you. Individual entering the truck.
Yep, that's where it says. And then
Observer, attendant.
that's where it states it.
Okay. And this is authorized company approval. What signature is that?
That's the supervisor to verify that they're doing their job.
Is who's the supervisor? Go ahead.
It was a supervisor named David Crankshaw.
Okay. And he's the one that approved the tank entry permit?
Yes.
We're going to go to Exhibit 4, page 31. Do you see this is dated September 21, 2017? And can you see that?
No, I can't see him.
My apologies. Can you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, this is page 31 of Exhibit 4, which is take entry forms 2 of 4, which are exhibits 3, 4, 5, and 6, your deposition. This is number 353936. Do you see that?
Yes.
And that's dated September 21, 2017. So did you see the date in the upper left corner?
I do.
And this is another tank entry permit, right?
That's correct.
And you see the unit number there? You read that?
UTLX 640096.
Yeah. And that indicates that's a rail car, right?
That's correct.
And it reads here, again, tester, verified, meters calibrated. Don't have any idea about the tester, right?
No, sir.
Okay. And then it has pre-test and first test. Is that right?
Yes.
And under here, signature person conducting tests. Reads Demetrius Phillips. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
And Demetrius Phillips again, then Clarence Glenn. And does that indicate Demetrius Phillips went into the rail car to clean it?
Well, I probably want to see the bottom to see if that's what it states at the bottom. Make sure.
First of all, you said if he's on the left, that would indicate he went into the truck tank.
Yeah,
right?
generally, but it depends on how they, when they filled the paperwork out.
Let's go on down here to the bottom. You see where it reads signature?
Yep.
You recognize Demetrius Phillips' signature?
I do.
You see where that's immediately above individual entering the truck?
Yes.
In this case, that's a rail car.
That's correct.
And to the right of that is Clarence Glenn's signature.
That's right.
And immediately beneath Demetrius Phillips' signature is your signature, Joseph Carson.
No, David's right underneath it. The supervisor.
Authorized company approval.
Yes.
This where it reads reviewed by the supervisor.
That's me.
Yeah, and that's a line below Demetrius Phillips' signature. Right. And what I'd like to know now is why you testified under oath just a moment ago. We can have the court reporter read it back if we need to. You testified Demetrius Phillips never went in these rail cars to clean them.
Object to form.
Tell me why you testified to that, Mr. Carson.
But I also
Sir, first I want an answer to my question. You are under oath.
Yes, I also stated that there's a chance that it may have been a one-off situation. I couldn't say 100%, but I would say the majority of the times that Clarence Glenn was the one entering rail cars.
So you're changing your testimony. You think a majority of the time it was Clarence Glenn and the other time it was Demetrius Phillips?
No. No, I'm not changing. If you go back in my testimony, I'm sure I stated that there's a chance that it may have been a situation where he may have entered.
All right. So he may have done it.
I did not state 100%. I didn't say I knew 100%. But
you just used the term one-off. Is it? You mean one time he did it? Is that right? One-off. What did you mean when you said one-off?
There may have been a time that he may have done it. I mean, there could have been a time that maybe I wasn't actually at work. That's why I can't really state what, a process that was happening that I may not have been a part of. So that's the reason why I couldn't say 100%.
If you can't state it, why did you testify it under oath that was the truth?
Because that ain't what I.
Sure.
That's not what I said.
Right. Let's go back to Exhibit 4. Going down to page 32, which is the next one. This is 353937. Do you see that?
I do.
And you see this too is UTLX 640-873. That's a rail car, is it not?
Yes.
That's September 2017 when you were there.
Yes.
Demetrius Phillips' signature is again on the left.
That's what it appears, yes.
Yes, sir, and that indicates again that Demetrius Phillips was the one that went in the rail car.
That's what it says.
And that's your signature beneath his.
Yes.
So Demetrius Phillips did go into the rail cars, and you did sign off on it, and it was not one of a kind, was it, Mr. Carson?
Well, we cleaned lots of rail cars, so.
Yes, sir, and Demetrius Phillips went into lots of rail cars to clean them. True?
No, untrue.
Okay. I'm going to go to same exhibit, next page, 33. Do you see that? 353935?
Yeah, I see that.
September 2017, you were there?
Yes, I was the manager.
Yes, sir. And read the unit number.
I can't. UTLX, I don't know, 664514.
Yes, sir. And that was also Demetrius Phillips going into that rail car.
That's what it states. That's what it says.
Well, that's what it says because that's the truth. Sir?
That's what it states on the document, yes, sir.
You didn't provide us false documents, false tank entries, did you, to your knowledge?
No, sir.
We going down to the bottom, you see again where it reads individual entering the tank. That's Demetrius Phillips, is it not?
That's the name on the document, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, the name below his on the document, one line down that's your signature again, Joseph Carson, is it not?
Yes, it is.
All right, so that indicates that Demetrius Phillips went into that rail car as well, right?
Agree. Yeah, agreed.
All right. It's gone down for the record. Now we're at page 37 of 136, Exhibit 4 of your deposition. This is 32379, looks like 7 up at the upper right corner. Do you see that?
Yeah.
A couple days later, still September 2017, now the 23rd. You're there, right?
Yes.
And unit UTLX664523 indicates it's a rail car.
That's what it looked like.
Wait, what do you mean that's what it looks like? That indicates it's a rail car, does it not?
Yes.
And if you look at the signature of the person conducting the test above, Demetrius Phillips was again the man entering the rail car. True?
That's what it states.
Well, that's what it states because that's what happened. True?
That's what it states.
Because that's what happened. Mr. Carson,
Yes, sir.
did you answer the question?
I did. I said that that's what it says on the document.
That's what it says on the document because Demetrius Phillips went in that rail car.
Yes, I mean, if that's what it states, then he went in the rail car. If it has him listed as the person entering the rail car, then obviously he went in the rail car.
All right, and down here at the bottom, it reads individual entering the rail car, and you again recognize that to be Demetrius Phillips' signature.
Yes, that's the signature.
Below his signature is again your signature.
One line down, that's correct.
So that indicates again, not only did Demetrius Phillips go and climb in that rail car pursuant to this tank entry permit, you signed off on it and you knew then that he did it.
My job is to review the documents and make sure that they complete them correctly.
Yes, sir. And that wasn't my question. Did you hear my question?
I heard your question. No, I mean, I didn't understand your question. What was your question?
Could you read it back, please, Madam Court Reporter?
So that indicates again that not only
Did I lose her?
no, I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Okay.
So that indicates again that not only did spell it to go live in that rail car pursuant to the tank entry permit, you signed off on it.
Yes, I signed off on it.
Not the best I have. I'm sorry.
When you signed off on it, Demetrius Phillips' signature was already there.
That's correct.
And you knew by Demetrius Phillips' signature that he was the one that entered the rail car.
Yes.
We're now on page 39 of 136. The same exhibit 4 to your deposition. This is tank entry permit 323796. True?
Yes, sir.
This is unit number UTLX 664523, which indicates that's a rail car.
Yes, that's correct.
And it indicates Clarence Glenn observed.
That's what it says.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure if this is an incomplete document, but generally that's the reason I sign off. I normally sign off when I review the document.
All right. Going on to page 41 of 136. This is tank entry permit 353938.
Yes, that's correct.
And that was also in September of 2017 when you were there at Trimac.
That's correct.
And next to unit number is UT-LX640872, which indicates to you that this is a tank entry permit for a rail car.
That's correct.
And the person that entered that rail car was Demetrius Phillips.
That's what it says so far. And I'm see the rest of the document.
Well, if you look down at the bottom over the line where it says individual entering the tank, that's Demetrius Phillips' signature.
That's correct.
And below his is your signature.
One line down. Who's to the right?
Below Demetrius Phillips' signature.
Yeah.
And you signed it. Demetrius Phillips' signature was already there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't sign any of these that were unsigned, did you?
I don't know. I didn't. I hope not.
You're not supposed to do that, right?
Absolutely.
And if you're looking at Demetrius's signature above yours, his signature was there when you signed it. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we go on down to, so you realize now that when you testified earlier that Demetrius Phillips never, or maybe went in a rail car one time, that's inaccurate, right?
We clean a lot of rail cars, so some days we clean 4 rail cars a day. So, I mean, if you're looking at 75, 80 rail cars, I would say Demetrius cleaned very few. So it all depends on the number, and because generally Glenn was the person that enjoyed doing that work.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I may have misspoke. Maybe it was more than I really realized.
Demetrius and Glenn testified that they alternated going into the rail cars. Would you have any reason to doubt that?
Yeah, because generally Demetrius worked for me for about 1 year. So, most of his time, he didn't, he generally just was the watcher, and he very seldom did other transloads. So, I would just say, obviously, you just showed me 3 documents, but I just can't imagine there would be many more than that. I could be wrong.
Well, for the record, it's more than 3 documents, but we'll continue as long as it takes. We're now looking at page 43 of 136. This is still a tank entry exhibit 2 of 4, which is exhibit 4 to your deposition. This is at page 43. This is in October of 2017. And you were at Trimac then, true?
Yes.
And this is unit number NATX 72472.
That's correct.
And this again reads that Demetrius Phillips was the one entering the tank truck, right?
Yes, that's what it states.
And then down at the bottom of this same, still on page 43 of 136, so exhibit 40, your deposition, Beneath Demetrius Phillips' signature is another signature, and then your signature and the date October 13, 2017, right?
Yes, that's what it states.
Which indicates again that Demetrius Phillips was the one entering the rail car.
That's correct.
Right. So this again helps refresh your recollection, or that it was not always Clarence Glenn going into the rail cars, right?
Yes, obviously we have 4. Yes,
Right. Obviously, what?
there's 4. I think you just showed me 4 documents where Demetrius entered the rail car.
Mm-hmm. So is it your testimony that he only entered the rail car 4 times?
No, I don't know. Obviously, I'm the manager. I oversee the whole operation. So my job, I generally just looked at the, make sure that they were following procedures and checking the PPE and that they were documenting their process.
Yes, sir. So this is page 45, 353, 944. This is also a rail car. This is also October 2017. This also indicates Demetrius Phillips entered the rail car and you signed beneath it, right?
That's correct.
We keep going down. Now we're down to page 47 of 136. This is 323798. Another tank entry permit, also a rail car. Also indicates Demetrius Phillips entered the rail car.
Yeah, that's correct.
Also your signature.
That's correct.
Continuing on now, page 49 of 136. Now, tank entry permit 353928. Also indicates Demetrius Phillips went into the rail car to clean it.
That's correct.
Also has your signature on it.
That's correct.
Also on down to 353929, page 51 of 136 of Exhibit 40, your deposition. Also indicates a rail car. Someone entered a rail car to clean it. Again, that was Demetrius Phillips.
That's correct.
We go to the bottom again, that's your signature, this time August 2017.
That's correct.
Moving right along, now down to 353946, page 53 of 136 of Exhibit 4 to your deposition. Also a rail car cleaned.
That's correct.
And someone entered that rail car to clean it.
That's correct.
And the person entering that rail car was Demetrius Phillips.
Yeah.
Why is your signature not on this document?
Not sure.
On to page 55 of 136, still Exhibit 40, your deposition. This is UT-LX641922, tank entry permit 353923. Demetrius Phillips again entered a rail car to clean it.
Yep, that's correct.
And you signed after Demetrius Phillips.
That's correct.
Page 57 and 136, tank entry permit 353924. UTLX 666888 or 808. Can you read that?
Yeah.
Also indicates Demetrius Phillips went in the rail car to clean it.
Yes, sir.
Again, your signature under Demetrius Phillips' signature with the date.
That's correct.
On down to page 59 of 136. Another tank entry permit, this time 353922, also for a rail car.
Yes, sir.
You know it's a rail car because it's UTLX 672253.
That's correct.
August 2017. Person going in that rail car to clean it was Clarence Glenn.
That's correct.
It's your signature at the bottom.
Yes.
Down to 61, pardon me, of 136. This is another tank entry permit, 353919. GATX 37976 is a unit number, again entering, indicating a rail car was cleaned.
That's correct.
That was Demetrius Phillips again that went in that rail car to clean it.
That's correct.
That's his signature at the bottom, your signature beneath his.
That's correct.
Which indicates that Demetrius Phillips climbed into that rail car and cleaned it, right?
That's correct.
It was a lot more than one time, right?
Obviously, yes.
A lot more than 4 times, obviously.
A lot more than I realized.
Now we're going to move on down to page 63 of 136. This is tank entry permit 353920, dated 7/29. I think that's a 17. UTLX 666901 is a unit number indicating that somebody climbed into a rail car to clean it, right?
Yes, sir.
And the person climbing into that rail car to clean it was Demetrius Phillips. Right?
That's what it states.
Down here at the bottom again, this is Demetrius Phillips' signature on the line where it says individual entering the tank. And by tank here, you mean rail car, right?
That's correct.
Beneath that signature, at the very bottom is your signature, Joseph Carson.
That's correct.
Moving on down to page 65 of 136. We're now at tank entry permit 353921. Again, this is a rail car that a Trimac employee climbed into to clean it, right?
That's correct.
And this reads, can you read that? Unit number?
NATX.
72324.
That's correct.
And what is that when we see these rail car? Is it what's behind the letters and the numerals?
What you mean? It's just NATX 72324. That's just the number of the letter and number of the rail car.
Yes, sir. But is there a reason that it's TX and
No, just different shippers own cars, different customers own different cars.
and this again? We know who climbed into that rail car to clean it because the signature is there, Demetrius Phillips, and at the bottom, Demetrius Phillips signed it as the individual entering the tank or rail car, and beneath that is again your signature. Is it not?
Yes.
Moving on down to 67 of 136. Tank entry permit 353916. This is again a rail car, right?
That's correct.
We know that from GATX 23257. I mean, that looks like Georgia, Texas. Does that have anything to do with anything? If you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay. And it indicates here, again, Demetrius Phillips was the one that actually climbed into the rail car to clean it, right?
Yes, that's what it states.
Down at the bottom, there's Demetrius Phillips' signature as an individual entering the tank or rail car, and your signature beneath his, right?
Yes.
Page 69 of 136, still on Exhibit 40, your deposition, which is 2 of 4 of the tank entry permits. This is tank entry permit 353917. Is that right?
That's correct.
And that unit is also a rail car, UT LX 640875.
Yes.
And a Trimac employee climbed into that truck tank, that rail car in this case, to clean it, and that was Demetrius Phillips. Right?
That's correct.
That's your signature beneath his.
Yes, sir.
And you read what you signed, don't you?
I do.
So when you signed these, you read that Demetrius Phillips was the one entering the rail car to clean it, right?
That ain't why I signed it. I signed it to make sure that they completed the document. I didn't really pay attention on who actually did the work.
So to make sure they completed the document, you had to read the document.
Yes.
And
I just didn't keep track of who went in. I didn't realize he was cleaning as many rail cars as he did.
yes, sir. And my question wasn't about keeping track. My question was to ensure that this was completed, which you're required to do before you sign it, you had to read it.
Yes.
And by reading it, you would see on all these that it was actually Demetrius Phillips that was entering the rail car to clean it, right?
That's not the reason I read the document. I read the document just to make sure that they're following process and make sure whoever entered that they signed it. So I'm actually inspecting the documents for signatures, but not who did what.
So you're making sure it's signed by someone.
Yes, I'm making sure that.
You know, in that year that Demetrius worked with you, it would either be Demetrius or Clarence, right?
Generally, yes.
And you can tell Demetrius' signature from Clarence's signature, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So on to page 71 of 136. This is another tank entry permit 353918. This looks like PLCX 221616 is the unit number. That's a rail car.
That's correct.
That indicates Demetrius Phillips was an employee climbing into that rail car to clean it, right?
Yes.
That's his signature and yours down there beneath this, right?
That's correct.
Moving on down to page 73 of 136 of Exhibit 40, your deposition. This is tank entry permit 353914. This is also a rail car, right?
That's correct.
Unit number UTLX 664514. That indicates to you that the Trimac employee climbing into that rail car and cleaning it was again Demetrius Phillips.
That's correct.
That's your signature beneath his.
That's correct.
Moving on down to page 75 of 136, again, Exhibit 4. This is tank entry permit 353915, unit number UTLX 663263. This also indicates what Trimac employee entered that rail car, does it not?
Yes. Yes.
And that was again Demetrius Phillips.
That's correct.
And Demetrius Phillips signed it as the individual entering the tank, in this case, rail car, and that's your signature beneath his, right?
Yes.
Moving on down to page 77 of 136, still on Exhibit 40, your deposition. This is another tank entry permit for a rail car. Yes?
Yes.
It's tank entry permit 353706
That's correct.
for unit number GATX 37978. Right?
That's correct.
And this also indicates who went in the rail car to clean it and who stood outside to watch, right?
That's correct.
The person that climbed in the rail car to clean it was again Demetrius Phillips.
That's correct.
Person that stood outside to watch was again Clarence Glenn.
That's correct.
Moving on down to page 79 of 136, still exhibit 40, your deposition. This is tank entry permit 353708.
That's correct.
And this is a tank entry permit for a rail car.
That's correct.
And the unit number is NATX 72784.
Yep, that's correct.
This indicates, again, that Demetrius Phillips was the Trimac employee climbing into the tank truck, and Clarence Glenn was the one that stood outside to watch. Is that right?
That's correct.
Moving on down to page 81 of 136. This is now tank entry permit 353707. This is also a tank entry permit for a rail car.
That's correct.
And this form also indicates who climbed into the rail car to clean it and who stood outside to watch.
That's correct.
And you signed this document as well.
That's correct.
And it again indicates that Demetrius Phillips was the Trimac employee that climbed into the rail car to clean it.
That's correct.
Moving on down to page 83 of 136. This is tank entry permit 353905. Again, this is a tank entry permit for a rail car.
That's correct.
And the unit number is UTLX 672271.
No, 277.
Thank you, 277. This indicates, and that's your signature at the bottom of this document as well.
That's correct.
This indicates again that Demetrius Phillips was a Trimac employee that climbed into the rail car. And Clarence Glenn was a Trimac employee that stayed outside to watch.
That's correct.
Put on down to page 85 of 136. Still exhibit 40, your deposition. This is tank entry permit 353904. Also a tank entry permit for a rail car.
That's correct.
Unit number PLCX 220306.
That's correct.
This is again your signature at the bottom.
Yes, that's correct.
This also indicates what Trimac employee climbed into the rail car to clean it,
Yep, that's correct.
and what Trimac employee stayed outside to watch.
That's correct.
The Trimac employee that climbed into the rail car to clean it was, again, Demetrius Phillips.
That's correct.
Moving on down to 87 of 136, still on exhibit 4 to your deposition. This is tank entry permit 353903. This is also a tank entry permit for a rail car.
That's correct.
Unit number UTLX 661788.
That's correct.
That's your signature down here at the bottom again.
Yes.
Indicates what Trimac employee climbed into the rail car to clean it and which Trimac employee waited outside.
That's correct.
And the Trimac that climbed into the rail car to clean it was again Demetrius Phillips.
That's correct.
Moving on down to page 89 of 136. This is another tank entry permit. This is number 353901.
That's correct.
That's a tank entry permit for a rail car.
That's correct.
That's your signature down at the bottom.
That's correct.
This too indicates that Demetrius Phillips was the Trimac employee that climbed into the rail car to clean it.
That's correct.
And Clarence Glenn was the Trimac employee to wait outside.
That's correct.
Page 91 of 136, this is another tank entry permit for a rail car.
That's correct.
Tank entry permit 353900.
That's correct.
This is a tank entry permit for unit UT-LX640375.
That's correct.
That's your signature at the bottom.
Yes.
It indicates again that the Trimac that entered the rail car to clean it was Demetrius Phillips.
That's correct.
Trimac employee that waited outside was Clarence Glenn.
That's correct.
Three 47879. That's another tank entry permit for a rail car. That indicates that Clarence Glenn was the one that climbed into the rail car, and Demetrius Phillips waited outside. Is that
That's
right?
correct.
Down to 3537. Looks like a 0. I can't really read that. That too is a tank entry permit for a rail car.
That's correct.
It's page 95 of 136 of Exhibit 40, your deposition. That's your signature at the bottom.
That's correct.
And that indicates that Demetrius Phillips was a Trimac employee that climbed into the rail car to clean it.
That's correct.
And Clarence Glenn was a Trimac employee that waited outside while Demetrius cleaned it.
That's correct.
Down to page 97 of 136, still Exhibit 40, your deposition. Now, tank entry permit 353701. Unit number UT-LX640326. This is another tank entry permit for a rail car at Trimac. Is that right?
That's correct.
Just again, your signature at the bottom.
That's correct.
It again indicates that Demetrius Phillips was a Trimac employee climbing into the rail car to clean it, and Clarence Glenn was a Trimac employee waiting outside to watch.
That's correct.
Did you agree with me now, Mr. Carson, that your earlier statement that Demetrius Phillips only entered a rail car once and then 4 times, both those statements were inaccurate?
Yeah, I just wasn't aware that it was that many. He entered as many times as he did.
Sir, and we can continue on, but I mean, you agree that it's reasonable that Demetrius Phillips entered those rail cars to clean them as many times as Clarence Glenn while he was working with you?
I don't know exactly how many cars we cleaned over a year, but obviously from what you just showed me, if you know,
Yes,
the
sir.
records. I don't have the records that you have. It obviously that he cleaned quite a few rail cars from what you're showing me.
Yes, sir. And we can go through these even. We got 353702. That's page 99 of 136. That was also Demetrius Phillips entered the rail car and you signed it. Is that right?
That's correct.
Keep going. We got 101 of page 101 of 136, tank entry permit 353703. Again, that's your signature at the bottom. And again, Demetrius Phillips was a Trimac employee entering the rail car to clean it.
Yep, that's correct.
On down to page 103 of 136, still Exhibit 4. This is tank entry permit 347882. again, for a rail car, Demetrius Phillips was the Trimac employee entering the rail car, and Clarence Glenn was the employee waiting outside.
That's correct.
And that's, again, your signature at the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Same for tank entry permit 347883. Again, Demetrius Phillips is a Trimac employee entering the rail car.
That's correct.
Page 105 of 136. That's your signature again at the bottom.
Yes.
Another one, page 107. This is tank entry permit 347884. Your signature at the bottom. That again indicates Demetrius Phillips is the employee that climbed into the rail car to clean it.
That's correct.
You would agree with me that Demetrius Phillips climbed into the rail cars to clean them each time. His signature appears on the left, and at the bottom where it reads individual entering the tank, and your signature is at the bottom.
Yes.
All right. And you agree that you were in error when you testified earlier, that it was only one and then four, and then it turns out to be a lot more than you realize. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot more than I realized. It's been since 2017, so that's why I probably should have said I wasn't really sure exactly how many.
That would be more accurate testimony. Is that right? That
Yeah,
you're
right.
absolutely all right.
You know, I didn't realize it was many as that.
So, I want to pull. We'll looking at still on exhibit 4. We're on page 107. You've already testified. Demetrius Phillips is the one that entered this rail car to clean it. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, let's just page 107. This is tank entry permit 347884.
That's correct.
And this is also a tank entry permit for a rail car, UTLX 640351, unit number. See that?
That's correct.
And that's your signature at the bottom.
Yes.
Demetrius Phillips, individual entering the tank, in this case, a rail car.
That's correct.
And it reads here, oxygen. You see that? Pre-test, first test, second test.
Right.
And it looks like that first test was at 12:30. I'm sorry, the pre-test was at 12:30, and the first test was 5 minutes later at 12:35.
Right.
And how far apart should the pre-test and the first test be?
I'm not sure.
And between the first test and the second test was 35 minutes. Is that right? 35 plus 35 is 1310 or 110.
Right. I guess that's just the anticipated time of exit. As far as the tests, what they wrote is probably is what we see.
Well, and you don't know who manufactures the test or what model number, where you get it, none of that, right?
No, sir.
All you know is it's yellow, about the size of your fist. Is that right?
Yes.
And you don't have any idea how long after the pre-test the first test should be. Is that right?
No, I don't know.
And you don't have any idea after the first test how long it should be before the second test?
No, I mean, I don't know.
We can go through these documents. I've read them. And there can be 1 minute between tests, 2 minutes between tests, 20, 30 minutes between tests, an hour between tests. Do you have any idea whether that's all right to do the test 2 minutes apart or an hour apart?
No, because you don't know what they could be testing the ends of the rail car. They could be testing the center of the rail car. Not sure exactly. They may just, for their safety, they may want to test it a little bit more.
Yes, sir. You know why you're supposed to test intermittently in certain time intervals? You know what the purpose of that is?
I mean, you want to make sure it's safe there. There's nothing that's affecting the oxygen level. So that's the reason why they're checking the tanks to make sure they have enough oxygen in the tank.
Is that the only reason they're testing?
I don't know. I mean, there may be some other reasons why that I'm just not aware of this moment.
Yes, sir. Well, you can, of course, have oxygen and also have toxic, even deadly chemicals present. True?
If you would handle it in a hazardous product.
Yes, sir. And it reads here explosive. How do you test for explosive?
Well, first of all, we only wash or rinse latex cars, which is a non-hazardous product. So as far as explosive, we don't handle. I'm not gonna say. As far as flushing and cleaning, we don't handle anything like that.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate that. My question is, how do you get these zero test results for explosive at 12:30 and 12:35 when you perform that test?
I don't know. I know it has to fall within the test range when they do the test.
And the same thing for toxic. Do you see those 3 zeros there? How are you testing for toxic?
Yeah.
At 12:30, 12:35, and 13:10 here.
It's generally you could put 0 or they could probably put NA.
Okay.
But what they're testing for is oxygen.
All right. Madam Court Reporter, is this Exhibit 7?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Mr. Carson, I'll show you what has been marked as Exhibit 7 to your deposition. You see that document?
I do.
And do you see where it reads MEA clean, Joe Carson? Is that you?
That's my name.
Yes, sir. And I believe you testified, and this is cleaning a truck tank at the wash rack. Is that right?
That's a wash ticket, yes.
And I thought you testified earlier that you didn't participate in the tank washes, or the semi-truck tank washes.
I do not.
Okay. Then can you tell me what your name is doing here?
I have no idea.
Did you know Jack Cole?
He's a driver.
Yes, sir. Did you know whether he's employed by Dow or Trimac?
I do not.
All right. Show what's been previously marked as Exhibit 8, deposition. See where it reads Trimac Transportation transloading customers. Now you were in charge of transloading, is that right?
That's correct.
And do you recognize BASF was a customer? Is that right?
I do.
DuPont was a customer.
Yes.
Huntsman was a customer.
Yes.
And they all still are customers.
No.
Okay.
Some are not.
Tell me who's still a customer and who's not still a customer.
Afton is still a customer. Arkema, BASF, Cryotech, Deha, Equistar, Lyondale, Huntsman, Chimera, Occidental, Potash, Solutia, Toso, USAE, ICL.
So DuPont is not still a customer?
No.
Is Dow a customer?
No.
But Dow was a customer.
Not for me. Never for me. Never for transloading.
Okay. And what about Monsanto?
Never.
What about Bayer?
Never.
Have you reviewed Patricia Warner's affidavit?
I'm not aware.
Do you know who Patricia Warner is?
Yes.
Who is Patricia Warner?
Ex-employee. I know she worked as an admin with the NTS group or the truck line. I'm not sure exactly which division.
Did you ever work with her?
Briefly. Back when I was hired in 2013.
Did you consider her to be truthful?
I don't know her. I don't know Patricia.
Well, did you ever know her to be untruthful?
I don't know. I never really had to deal with her too much. I mean, probably had a couple of conversations over several years.
All right. Did you consider Demetrius Phillips to be truthful?
As far as I know, I mean, when I work with him, I mean, I thought he was truthful to me.
Yes, sir. Did he work hard?
When he felt like it. I mean, not all the time.
Did he show up for work?
Most time, yes.
Did he work on weekends?
No.
Did he work in the evenings?
Yes, before 5 o'clock, yes.
What about, I mean, did you ever call him in the middle of the night to clean a rail car?
Never.
Were you aware of him being called in after hours to clean semi-truck tanks?
No.
Do you consider Clarence Glenn to be truthful?
Not really, no.
Okay. How did you consider him to be untruthful?
Just some of the things that he would make up, just in working with him. Just wasn't honest at all times.
Do you remember anything in particular?
Well, one of the particulars, I think on his life insurance, he claimed he said he was married, but used his mom as his spouse and was trying to collect life insurance from it.
For his mother?
Yes.
Did he have a life insurance policy for his mother?
No. But he was saying that he thought he could, even though he wasn't married, thought his mom could be as his spouse.
As a beneficiary under an insurance policy.
Yeah, exactly. Which made no sense, but to him it made a lot of sense. But and he was saying that management said that he could do that, and all that was completely untrue.
What management did he say said that?
He could never really clarify who. He just kept saying HR, and I'm his direct boss. If he would have had any questions like that, I could have handled that.
Yes, sir. What else did he say that makes you feel like he's untruthful?
I think when I terminated him, he falsified documents, saying that he did procedures. We in order for us to heat rail cars, we had to vent them. And he documented saying that he vented the rail car when he did not. After I investigated and found out he did not, and employee almost potentially got hurt, got covered with product, a lot of employee vehicles, and then he documented that he on a paper that he heated the car for 2 hours, and actually the car was heating for like 8-9 hours, and he documented something completely different.
What was the product?
Biodiesel.
Biodiesel?
Yes. Non-haz product.
What?
I said a non-haz product.
And he cleaned a rail car that last contained biodiesel?
Never. No.
Heating?
I said heating. He was heating a rail car.
Okay. And he didn't properly heat it?
He didn't properly vent the rail car.
Okay.
And he documented otherwise.
Why was the car being heated?
We have to heat the product so when the receiver gets it, it's between a certain temp. So our job is to check the temperature on the car and the product, and then it's our job to hook steam lines to it, and then we check it every hour while we monitor the temp, and we document that.
Now, the waste products, we were talking about Clean Harbors. There's also GRR, Giant Resource Recovery. Is that right?
No, I don't believe so. I believe they're separate companies.
Right. Who gets what waste, and why do you use two different companies?
I don't know.
Does your waste go exclusively to Clean Harbors, or do you also offload waste to GRR?
I generally use, and I won't say 100%, but majority of the time I use Safety Clean Harbors.
Okay. And that's the same as Safety Clean?
Yes.
And sometimes you use GRR as well?
I don't.
Okay.
But I know they've been used in the past.
So who would use GRR?
National Tank Service.
Okay, so that would be the trucking part.
Well, with three divisions, you have Trimac Transportation.
All right.
You have NTS, which is over the wash rack and shop, and then you have Buck Plus Logistics, which is transloading.
All right, Trimac Transportation, that's the trucking company, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
And NTS is not incorporated, or it's a division of Trimac, right?
That's correct. Which is National Tank Service.
Right. And same for Bulk Plus Logistics, that's also a division and not a separate entity, right?
I'm not sure, because I know in Canada, it may be.
It may be what? A separate entity?
Separate. Yes.
But here it's the same.
Yes.
And so Trimac Transportation, National Tank Services, they wash semi-truck tanks, right?
That's correct.
And Bulk Plus Logistics does the transmodal, the transfer between containers that you shared with us earlier.
Yes,
right?
that's correct.
And the balance of the hauling is done by Trimac Transportation, Inc.
You said the hauling?
Yes, sir. Trimac Transportation also hauls chemicals in addition to
Yes.
cleaning truck tanks and loading chemicals between rail cars, truck tanks, totes, and drums. They also haul chemicals, right?
That's correct.
And that's done through Trimac Transportation, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Anything else Trimac does?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I can think of.
Yes, sir. Show you what's been marked as Exhibit 8 to your deposition.
We're on 9.
9. Thank you, Madam Court Reporter. This is a Bulk Plus Logistics, a Trimac company. This is To Whom It May Concern from Joseph Carson. That's you, right?
Yes.
And that's your signature, Joseph Carson, branch manager.
Yes.
Carbon, Lydia Zotskina. Who is Lydia Zotskina?
I don't know.
All right. Who drew this?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Who
I may have.
Who presented it to you for signature?
I may have drafted it as regards to statement protocol. I work with all terms on these products will conduct outside of right now, midnight on 90% night tax. There's no that's in agreement on night tax making them pump and income just if this looked like something I drafted. This has been some time. Maybe not long, March 20th. Yeah. But it looked like something obviously I drafted. It's my signature. Let me see if I signed it.
See that? That's your signature, right? The italics part?
I normally would sign it like with my handwriting.
I understand. Have you seen this document before?
I mean, I'm sure I have. I mean, because I can recall that the statements in here being true to my knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Who asked you to sign this?
I don't know.
You have no idea?
No, I just don't know.
This is March 2020, and you don't remember.
I don't.
All right. And it says here there's no benzene listed in the ingredients of latex. It's impossible to encounter the chemical benzene while completing the jobs. Is that right?
Yes, correct. That's correct.
And we talked about unloading and loading commodities of latex. Is your testimony that that's all Demetrius Phillips did?
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, rail cars came into Trimac carrying chemicals other than latex, true?
Yes.
Including
Is that a question?
no, sir, I'm pulling up a document.
All right.
Rail cars contained at times acrylate. You hear me?
Is that a question?
Yes, sir.
What was it?
I'm
sorry.
asking. It's a question.
What were you asking? I apologize.
It's all right. Rail cars contain at times the chemical acrylate.
Acrylate?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure.
Aluminum sulfate,
I'm not sure.
ammonia,
Never.
benzene,
Never.
caustic,
Yes.
formaldehyde,
Not that I'm aware of.
methylene,
Yes.
methylene diphenyl disocyanate, MDI,
MDI, yes.
ethanol,
You talking about ever or now?
ever.
Ever. Yeah, ethanol, yes.
Yes, sir. And naphtha,
Not familiar.
hydrochloric acid,
Not here, never.
hydrogen peroxide,
Not here, no.
nitric acid,
Not here, no.
Roundup, glyphosate.
Not here.
What do you mean not here? Where is?
Yeah, I don't handle any kind of roundup or anything like that.
Okay. Where is it handled?
I mean, I handled it years ago when I worked with CSX.
Styrene,
Never,
sulfuric acid,
never,
acid of any kind,
yeah, I said phosphoric acid. Yes,
toluene,
I'm not familiar.
toluene disocyanate, TDI.
You said TDI?
Yes, sir.
No,
Xylene,
no.
excuse me one sec. I'm gonna need to take like a 5-minute break. What time is it? You guys want it? It's 5. You guys want to take 5-10-minute break?
Sure.
All right, the time is 2:48. The time is 2:48 p.m. We're now off the record. The time is 3:01 p.m. We're back on the record.
What about a hydrofluoric acid?
No, sir.
It's been previously marked as exhibit. This is exhibit 2 to your deposition, page 128 of 149. You see that?
Yes.
You see where it reads hydrofluoric acid?
I'm just not aware of hydrofluoric.
All right.
It may have been something maybe we handled in the past.
Does it read, you see this?
Ferric
Ferric
sulfate.
sulfate? You familiar with that?
Ferric sulfate. I'm just not aware of the ferric sulfate.
All right. It reads that contains hydrofluoric acid, right? This is 2019. This is your tier 2 report.
Right.
2019.
Maybe we handled it then. I'm just not aware, but we don't handle it now.
All right. Tell me what else you handle. Now, the MDI, you cleaned those rail cars too, right?
Never.
You didn't clean any rail cars other than latex. Is that your testimony?
That's correct.
Tell me what did Demetrius, when he worked with you, he also participated in the transloading?
Yes.
By transloading, that's offloading the chemicals.
Rail car to truck or from truck to rail.
Okay. And from either of those to tote or a drum.
Yes. But I'm not familiar if he participated in that operation. I can't recall.
All right. Now, you also had rail cars that contained Aquinol, ACRONAL, right?
Yeah, Aquinol is latex.
Do you have an SDS for the Aquinol?
I mean, generally, latex is Aquinol. Do I have an SDS? No.
What chemicals were contained in the rail cars other than the ones you've already shared with me today?
You say what other chemicals?
Yes, sir.
Are contained in the rail cars? I mean, generally the ones that you covered, you went over, that are offhand, off top of my mind, I verified. I can't tell you right off top of my head other chemicals outside of what you already
Yes, sir.
Went through.
And the documents, you're of course required to keep documents, right?
I'm not sure when you say what
You're
type of
required-
documents.
So you're required to keep documents, maintain documents that show what chemicals were contained in these rail cars. There's some 110 rail cars you have on the premises at any given time, and that come through there containing chemicals, right?
Right. I mean, we have, when we do transload, we have work orders and things like that. Yes.
Okay. And those hadn't been destroyed, right? Those are maintained.
Yes. I mean, generally, anything hazardous is 5 years, and non-hazardous is 3 years.
So as of 2019, when Demetrius Phillips last worked there, you would have documents back to, let's see, 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, is that right?
No. Generally, we're in 2021, so any documents will be, hazmat 5 years and non-haz 3.
So now,
And generally, mostly everything Demetrius handled was non, and I can't say 100% for sure, but was non-haz. So generally, anything prior to 2018, not 2021, would be destroyed, shredded, or however we get rid of it.
okay, so anything, if it wasn't previously produced, it's since been destroyed. Is that right?
I mean, anything prior to 2018 or 17, yes, just say 17, it's probably been disposed of.
Okay. And when you say Demetrius Phillips didn't clean any hazardous materials, you're just talking about the rail cars. You don't have any idea about the semi-truck tanks, right?
Yeah, I have no idea what he did when he worked for the NTS group.
Okay. But those chemicals that were previously contained in the semi-truck tanks either came from a rail car or came in on a truck tank, right?
No. I mean, those Trimac, haul products, as you mentioned earlier, throughout the U.S. So I'm not sure. Whatever Demetrius was cleaning, I don't know what he was cleaning. It didn't it didn't have to come from my facility.
Okay. What about ethylene? Did the rail cars contain ethylene?
Not that I know it's ethylene glycol, but ethylene, I'm not sure.
All right. So the rail cars contained ethylene glycol?
Not that I'm aware of. Or maybe, it's potentially we might have handled it years back, but we don't handle it today.
And by years back, that would be when you were there. So sometime since 2016?
Yeah, I think, because ethylene glycol is antifreeze. So,
All right.
So, and I think we may have handled it at one point.
And disocyanate, there were rail cars that contained disocyanate.
MDI isocyanate, yes.
And styrene?
No.
Well, Demetrius Phillips cleaned semi-truck tanks that contained styrene. And you're saying that that was never in any rail cars?
Yes, never in any rail cars.
Okay. About solvent?
Solvent, I'm not sure if that's a chemical or just a, a family of products, a solvent, but I have never handled anything that MDS or SDS of a solvent, no.
I'll show you what's been previously marked as exhibit, is it 10, Madam Court Reporter?
Yes, we're on 10.
Thank you. You see where it reads solvent here? Now this is a truck tank. I'm not suggesting this is this tank entry permit is not applicable to you, right? Because this is on
yeah. I have no clue of what they did down there.
Okay. And acid, you've already testified that the rail cars contained acid. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, we acid. I mean, we had what is it? Phosphoric acid.
Okay. And did you clean the rail cars that contain phosphoric acid?
Never. Only latex cars.
Got it. Caustic. I believe you testified that you had rail cars that contain caustic.
Yes, rail cars come in.
So Demetrius Phillips would have participated in the transloading of caustic, right?
No, not that I'm aware of. He may have, but from my recollection, no. Because Demetrius was an employee for about a year, and I usually train employees. The longer they with me, the more I expose them to as far as transloads.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he was locked in pretty much on latex, because which is a non-haz product, something that he just his interest didn't seem like he wanted to learn a lot.
He did want to learn a lot.
He did not.
And he, what about? Did he participate in the transloading of the MDI?
I'm not sure.
Okay. The rail cars did haul MDI, right?
Yes, we did have some at one point. We did it and then we stopped doing it. Like, right, we don't handle it now, but I think at one point we did.
When did you stop doing it?
I'm not sure. I would say probably around 2018 or so.
Okay. Why did you stop doing it?
Customer just decided to move the product out of another facility and terminal. Something more cost efficient for them.
What about nitric acid?
I've never handled that as far as transloading here.
All right. What about butyl acrylate?
Not as far as I know, I've never handled that. We may have had in the past, but not since 2016.
Show you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 11. Dated June 5, 2020. This is a consent agreement. You seen this document before?
I'm not sure. It don't look like something right offhand. They're not. I'm not familiar with it.
Did you ever participate in any training, Demetrius Phillips?
I mean, I train my, in the mornings I go through different training exercises with Demetrius.
If you look at page 8 of 24, paragraph 59, have you read this before? At the time of the CEL, the respondent had 110 rail car spots available for rent.
I mean, that's how I know. That's exactly how many car spots that, it's well known that we have here.
Right. And the respondent had 38 product storage tanks.
That's
correct.
correct. Yes.
You used MEK as well?
No, never.
Now the loaders, what did the loaders do? How would you describe their job?
They hook up portable equipment to rail cars, to filter housing, say if we filter product, and then to a tank truck. And generally, we pressurize the vessel with air or nitrogen, and then we push the product from one vessel to the other.
Do you remember anyone named Burrell?
What's the name?
Burrell?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that last name. I think that's the last name.
What's the first name?
Mike. Michael.
Was Mike Burrell employed by you?
No.
Did he ever do any transloading with you?
No.
You agree that Trimac has generated hazardous waste since you've been there in 2016?
Hazardous waste.
You see paragraph 80 here?
Probably very small amounts, but we try to stay out of generating kind of hazardous waste.
Well, you agree that you're what's classified as a large waste generator, right?
Yes.
And do you know why you didn't disclose that to the government?
Back to the form.
You may answer.
I wasn't aware that we did not. I'm talking about now we are. I'm not sure what we was in the past.
I believe you testified earlier. Can you see this? Terms of payment? Consents to the payment of a civil penalty, which was calculated in accordance with the act in the amount of $225,000.
I see that.
Go ahead.
I see what you put up here. Yes, sir.
I believe you testified earlier, you weren't aware that
No.
was the amount of the penalty.
No,
Now
I
you-
wasn't. No, I wasn't made aware of any type of dollar amounts and that like that.
Previously marked as Exhibit 12, is that right?
Yes, we're on 12.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Show you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 12, which is a recent photograph of Demetrius Phillips. Did he ever look like that when he worked with you? Sir?
I mean, I'm not aware. No.
Well, did he ever look like that when he worked with you at Trimac?
I hadn't seen Demetrius since 2018, so no, don't.
That's not my. When you last saw him is not my question. Did Demetrius Phillips look anything like that when he worked with you at Trimac?
No, I mean,
So it's been marked as Exhibit 13. Did Demetrius Phillips look anything like that when he worked with you at Trimac?
no.
How did you learn of Demetrius's death?
I don't. I think one of the employees here mentioned it to me that he had passed.
Yes, sir.
I said one of the employees here. I don't remember exactly who mentioned that he had passed.
Yes, sir. Show you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 14. Show you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 14 to your deposition. Have you ever seen this document before?
No.
Do you recall getting a call when you were at work at Trimac by a hearing officer for the Department of Labor?
Oh, yeah, I do recall. Yeah, totally unprepared call. Somebody called out the blue, wanting me to get on the phone and be part of a hearing, and I tried to get a hold of HR, and I'm not sure exactly what happened. I don't know if we were able to, but I think they ended the call.
Yes, sir. Were you aware that because of Trimac's actions, it took Demetrius Phillips over a year to get his unemployment compensation?
Object to form.
I was not aware. No,
What was your role in that?
none. I had no role.
You didn't have one?
No.
Now, did the Fairburn PMP pollutant management plan, did that apply to the transloading?
I'm not sure.
All right. All right, I'm going to adjourn your deposition. We've got a sanctions motion pending regarding documents, and we will wait and see what the judge does on that to reconvene your deposition. All right.
Anyone else
Good
this
day,
time?
Mr. Carson.
Madam Court Reporter, how many hours of actual deposition time did we just have?
I can tell you that. One moment.
Thank you.
Do you want to go off the record first?
Yes, please. We're done.
All right. This suspends the videotape deposition. We are off the record at 3:27 p.m.